The Bombers last week take on the Launceston Blues and get a win in a surprising match. And, well, you and I both have said live in the radio that we won't be tipping against Launceston for the rest of the season, and yet the Bombers, the young Bombers, did a great job last week and got over the top of almost the unbeatable.
Yeah, it says a bit about this playing group. The Bombers still very much contenders this season, and for those who were perhaps already riding the Premiership Cup engraving at Launceston, I was probably one of them. We've just been put back in our place, I think, last week's display, so a very good sign for the league that North Launceston and Launceston have been the two power clubs over the last few years, haven't they? And it looks like that is set to continue today. So that presents an enormous task for a young North Hobart side here today at North Hobart Oval. Currently on bottom of the table with a 1-6 record, and certainly after last week's display, a pretty tough opposition. We saw them really struggle against Launceston a few weeks back at this ground. Well, now they've probably got the second biggest test in the league. We'll see how they handle it, but looking forward to it because, as last week showed, anything can happen.
Well, absolutely, Drewy, and I think given the ins for the Demons side, they've got 5 Devils coming back and a couple of great players in Cal Kirkpatrick coming back into the side as well, who provide a fair amount of talent on the North Hobart list, and a couple of great players out there for North Launceston too. North Hobart have won the toss, so Hugh Williams Jr. has won the toss and will kick to the left of screen here at the spiritual home of football in Tasmania. A nice little outlook there, the Leadham Divine Media Centre. Shadow just coming across the top of North Hobart Oval as we look at it here, but I'm expecting a North Launceston win, if I'm honest, but I think the contest will be pretty tight, Drew.
Yeah, hopefully North Hobart can really take it up to them and give us a good clash. Pretty good conditions for football. Bit of the threat of rain about perhaps later in the afternoon, but for now, the sun beating down on the ground. And we're just about ready to get underway in this big clash as we reach around about the mid-season point of the TSL season. Hasn't quite been going the way the Demons would have liked this year, but as you said, Shoops, they've got some handy names coming back into the team today, and certainly I think we know they're going to be keen to take it up to them, and just a few signs of that in the opening engagements between the two teams there. A few jumper punches being thrown early, a few pleasantries being exchanged, no doubt, well, and feeling out there already.
The big red shed there, Bradley Cox-Goodyear getting in the face of a couple of the young stars here at North Hobart. Very young side. We've, of course, got Xavier Longulant out here on the wing, the closest wing to us, the young fella from St Mary's. His debut last week. Of course, we must make mention of a couple of players from North Lonnie who are making their debut. Andy Potter, Alistair Bourne and Jacob Kerr, all on debut for the Bombers. About to get set and underway here at North Hobart Oval. Ball goes up in the air. Ruck contest won down by North Launceston. That was great work by the ruckman there, Alex Lee. Out the ball comes to the back, running fast is Stingle. His kick goes up the wing. This one will be out of bounds on the full. Free kick going the way of the Demons. It'll be Millhouse to take it.
Looked like Finlay Polk was going to the danger man. Bradley Cox-Goodyear at that first centre bounce. We'll see if that's just around stoppages or whether they've sent someone to follow him. So key to try and negate them, but a turnover here, and Jacobent has got the mark. Might be slightly beyond his range. It'll absolutely take his best, kicking from 55. He thinks against it, plays on one way, then runs into the space and launches it long. It's into the pocket. He's got a man all on his own, and taking the mark is Zachary Burt. Far too much space afforded there, and a chance for the Bombers to open the scoring.
Unforgivable from the defence there of the Demons, because he's just all by himself down there, and a known goal kicker too, Zach Burt, and he'll have a shot from the Robbie Devine pocket.
Third in the league for marks inside 50 heading into the round. He adds one early and he can't add a goal. He bends that one. Never really gave it a chance there going with the banana, but first scoring of the day. So North Launceston. And the Demons will look to take it out via Williams, who just launches this one with distance to the middle of the ground. The spoils come and it hits the deck, searching there at the bottom of the pack, and eventually the kick comes away from Norton into the middle, unable to be gathered by Life Fibre, but then he lays a strong tackle. Alex Lee with the handball. That was a nice tackle from Bailey Walker, and rewarded too. Free kick to the Demons midfield.
Sandrick takes the handball through the centre of North Hobart Oval, drives it long. Dom White's down there, but the only man standing by himself is a defender from North Lonnie. So taking the kick out there is Ives. It goes wide, finds a teammate in the back pocket. The short one's on, finds a teammate in Avent. Avent with a short one on, just chopped off there nicely. It was Bailey Walker on debut, kicking it in long. And then another mark should be taken out the back. Here's a chance for the Demons. No pressure, came too late. Little fumble here from the player in Stingle. His kick out to the pocket, finds a teammate in Kerr on debut. So Kerr has it in the back pocket for the North Launceston Bombers. Looking around, short one's on, finds his man in Ives. Ives takes it. They're just looking for Cox Goodyear. The big red shed takes it right on the defensive 50. At 45 through the corridors, not on. They're matching up quite well here, the D's. The short one, finding that man there in Bennett. Bennett takes the mark, well, gets a push in the back. It'll be a free kick regardless. So Bennett from the half-back flank moves off the mark, has a running player out wide in Crossens. Crossens with a short one. Finds the long locks there of Donnelly.
So Donnelly turns and he sends them forward once more, the Demons. He'll head in the Burt direction. The spoil comes and it should be taken away there by McLeod. Sends it up towards the wing and a nice mark taken there. Some good hands from Bailey Walker. A strong start here from Walker. And he wants to go by hand. He dished it off there to McLeod. McLeod just chips one down the line. A little untidy. He goes short to McGuinness. McGuinness at half-back assesses his options. Lee Fiber was offering, that was ignored. In the end, Shizzles one in there. The mark is taken and quickly moved forward. And building by foot here are the Demons. McCulloch again, gave by hand. It's a good one to Lee Fiber. Centre deep, here's a chance. Oh, needed to be clean and just wasn't there. It was Menzie, handball back. Still danger here for the Bombers. The Demons pushing, and they get a shot away. It's a snap from the pocket. It's way off target. And through for a minor score. One apiece after 4 minutes. A good intensity being brought off the ball early here, Tubes.
Yeah, don't mind that from the Demons. They're moving the ball quite well through the middle of the ground. They're trying to move the ball fast and catch the Launceston Bombers sleeping down back. Short one's on here. Finds Crossens. Crossens looks up. Has a lead on from Cox Goodyear. Turns around. Spins out of trouble nicely and finds a man down the line in Pearce. Pearce with the Bush Tucker man beard, throws it on the boot, up towards a teammate there in Rushton. Rushton gets defended from behind and out of bounds. Smart footy in the end there from the defender Keegan Wright, and we'll see a boundary throw in.
Fascinating the way he's burst and just staying really deep, and the North Hobart defenders are pushing up outside the 50, playing 20 metres off them when the ball's up the ground. So real risk-reward stuff. They'll have the extra, but if they can get it out the back, might lead to some goals here for the Bombers. You'll have another ball up.
Nice tackle by Matheson there. Coming through hard was Avent. So a ball up here, just forward to centre for the Bombers, and that one's out of bounds again. So just a chance to catch our collective breaths here in the early stages. 5.5 minutes gone in the first term here in this round 9 TSL match between North Hobart and North Launceston.
The team's been pretty content to try and work their way through with short kicking games, and skills just a little off early on, but that's due to the pressure, as this one's the double palm down from Lee. Good piece of work, found Jay Foon. What a season he's having. Second in the best and fairest. Well, the media award at the moment is Jay Foon, 10 votes. And that's a nice little kick if you're a North Launceston fan. It's Pearce at half-forward who just puts it and finds his man on the lead. Spilt one he should have taken, though. Handball over the top. The numbers still favouring the Bombers here. And the snap through the middle from Leary. And that is the first goal of the afternoon going to Brandon Leary. Again, just a bit too much time and space inside forward 50. He makes no mistake. North Launceston with the first of the afternoon.
Well, it started with the kick across goal from Jack McCulloch. I'm not sure what he was trying to do, I guess, the risk-reward stuff that we were talking about before, but a kick across goal against the side as quality as North Launceston, you're going to get burnt occasionally, particularly if your kick's a little bit overcooked, but space given to the goal kicker Leary, who's kicked the first one of the game. Again, the defender of North Hobart ran towards the contest, and unfortunately the strength in the contest from North Launceston resulted in a goal for the Bombers. So back in the middle. How do they respond here, the D's? Good work by Lee. He got it out. Nice quick kick forward by the D's player. Out towards the opposition in Bourne on debut. Great kick out to Whitney. His one goes longer still to centre wing. Ball moving for Foon. In towards deep forward 50. Coming out to meet it. That was good stuff from Bennett. Handballed off to a running player. Foon kept coming. And then it wasn't Foon at all. It was actually Griffiths that got it forward through for behind.
Just off target for a minor score. 7 points the difference. North Launceston working their way on top in the opening minutes here. The Demons' defence under a little bit of pressure. Can they find an easy target here to build from the back? They'll send it very wide. It was a good kick though. He found McGuinness at half back. He's surely played on there. Indeed, he's called as such. He goes long over the head of Walker though. Just off with the foot skills at the moment, the Demons. And Jay Foon was there for the Bombers. Ever present. That's good ball use. Spots his man up in Donnelly, who turns and he sends it long inside 50. Favours the Demons. That might be a free kick to Millhouse. Thought he's infringed a little bit. Play allowed to continue. Good desperate smother there. And they bounce off half back. Good pressure tackle applied. Cox Goodyear was in there. Still play allowed to continue. It spills out. And the umpire spotted one over the shoulder and a shot coming up for goal here for the Bombers.
Yeah, just caught a little bit high there was Tom Donnelly. So he'll go back from 50. A tough fish angle here. We've seen Fev kick them from here though. Cool. So not sure who copped him high there, but it was a little bit high. And umpire Chris Kay did a great job and called it nice and early. So in he comes. Nice deliberate approach from Donnelly. Leant right back on it, but just splayed it to the left. Right rather, and behind for the big red man. So they're 1-3 North Launceston, 9 to North Hobart, zip 1-1.
A couple of misses early on here. They might like back as that one will spill out the back. Once again, it's Foon. He was well tackled. That wasn't Foon actually. It was Nankervis, who did a sensational job on Dylan Riley last week, about the only man who's been able to keep him quiet, and many quickly turning is Caswell. He sends them inside 50 with a searching kick taken by Menzie. Menzie shoots free. He's got the open goal. That's where he sets sail for. How will it bounce? Oh my word. Dominic White has made an awful mess of that. He's just waited and hoped it would bounce through, realised it may not, and then taken it over the line. That could not have been handled worse, Jubes.
No, it was pretty comical in the end. As Williams gets it back deep, entry inside forward 50, punched away nicely by the defender. Menzies, though, has a bit of time here. We know he's going to spin out of trouble. He got his handball away, though. It was a great tackle laid down there by Stiggle. Out it comes Hardy, got his handball out towards a teammate. Now they've got some runners spinning out of trouble here. Here's a chance for the big ruckman in McCulloch, who sends it long towards Dom White through for another behind. So at least they're getting some shots on goal here, the Demons. We saw them a couple of weeks ago, you and me, Drewy, where they came out firing. Do they have 4 quarters in them, mate?
Yeah, that was the big question that day against Launceston, wasn't it? They really brought the intensity, similar to how they have done early today. Off the ball, they've been fantastic, but couldn't maintain it, and it got very, very ugly in the third and fourth quarter. So they'll need a big fourth quarter effort today if they're going to knock off one of the powerhouses of the comp. They've been gifted a great opportunity here. A howler of a turnover presents Nathan Hardy with a pretty gettable shot, a chance to get back the one that Dominic White stuffed up moments ago. So he might be a relief man if they can get this, because they do need a goal for these last few minutes.
Yeah, that one was just a poor kick from Braden Van Buren, and Nathan Hardy chopped it off nice and easy in the end. He'll kick from about 40 metres. I'm not sure whether this 50 is really 50 though, is it?
It doesn't look it. I mean, it certainly looks a little bit shorter, but either way, distance definitely won't be an issue here for Hardy. Accuracy, the only question. He needs this one for his side. He's hung it out to the right, and never really gave that one a chance, though. 4 straight behinds, North Hobart. North Launceston 1-3-9. Neither side really inspiring confidence with their goal kicking thus far, as the Bombers chip to the back pocket, and now they'll send it down the line. That one almost smothered. A long kick, falls out the back, and it's taken by Jack Avent. He sends it, and this is where they're a threat when they can get out the back, because there was Potter. He turns, he's got a pretty open 50 ahead of him, some room for the forwards to move into. Instead, just opts for a little chip ball, and it's well taken by Bayliss. Bayless assessing the options. The Demons have done a pretty good job getting back in defence here. He's sent it into the pocket. Williams comes across and spoils Bennett out for a throw in.
Well, you can rely on Williams to do that, both of them, all day, because they are fearless in their attack on the footy, and their ability to defend is pretty good here at North Hobart Oval. So, boundary throw-in inside forward 50 for the Bombers. A little bit of movement out there. Williams just playing on Foon, which is a great contest. This ball comes in. Lee gets to the right spot, looks towards Foon. The handball came up nicely, little don't argue, but then ran into Dom White, did Foon, and it's worked out okay here.
Oh, he's called not 15.
To Pearce, well, yeah, well.
How about that?
It looked like 15 through my binoculars, but looks can be deceiving, so it's a ball up. At least it's not a free kick against. Dom White with a quick kick out, touch on to George McLeod. Here's Menzie. Menzie just kicks in hope, but the only man down there is Braden Van Buren. So Van Buren will look to attack again from half back. He's got plenty of time here, the veteran. I'm calling him a veteran because he's got a beard. That's the only reason there, Drew. That's a great contest. There'll be a free kick. It'll go the way of North Hobart. Well, I thought it was the opposite. I thought it was a Lee free kick, but McCulloch's going to take it. He goes short, finds a teammate Millhouse. Millhouse plays on and then just drives the ball long. The only man down there, though, was the man that was under the ball, Bourne, who ended up wearing Williams pretty hard. Out the ball comes the back from Crossens. Over the top to Pearce. Pearce spins around. No left foot, so he goes on the right with a short one. Fist came back. Potter. And out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
So 5 points the difference. Just about the halfway mark of the first term. Pretty even contest thus far. No team really dominating proceedings. Couple of missed opportunities, but feels like a bit of an arm wrestle so far. McCulloch competing with Lee, and he's doing a pretty good job so far, the youngster, up against Lee, who's been so dominant. The stats tell the tale there. We're at round number 9. He has 104 more hit-outs than anyone else in the league.
Wow.
That is pretty obscene.
That's more than 10 a game, isn't it, than anyone else?
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone's played 7 games, so it's about 15 per game.
Wow.
It's how dominant Alex Lee has been in there this year, and certainly a massive task for a fairly slightly built McCulloch, as this one's a kick that presented nicely for Bennett, just over his head though, and the Demons will just blast it out of there towards centre wing. Coming from behind there was Hardy. Falls out in the direction of Foon. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle. The umpire will reward that. Free kick going the way of the Demons. Some nice work from Isaac Mathewson, who's well rewarded for it too. But now he looks up and sees a sea of bodies down the wing. So he opts to just try and chip one. It worked out all right in the end, and they'll be able to move it full. But another shank kick straight out on the full. That's on McLeod. And both teams just a little scrappy with their disposal so far here, Cheers.
Is there a breeze? There must be a breeze. Anyway, North Launceston with the footy. It's Lee going short, finding Cox Goodyear. Cox Goodyear at the centre wing positioned in front of the George Miller stand. Takes on one, takes on two, gets through, and then drives the ball long. It's all North Hobart down there though, and Kirkpatrick takes the mark nice and easy. Plays on quickly. There's a little bit of a jersey clash here, I reckon, as McCulloch takes the mark. The flashes of red and blue. Nice kick. Just want to work okay. There's time here. They can't quite get it out, the D's. It's picked up there by the Demons player. I'm not sure. That might be... Is it? No, it's not. It is. Angus Norton.
Well, they're free.
Angry.
It was a little disciplined. Failure. It's a free kick paid there for Angus Norton, rather. But his kick is absolutely horrendous. Straight to Cox Goodyear. And a chance on the rebound, but completely missing the handball. Well, this is just a scrappy old start to this clash here in round 9. Cox Goodyear sends it further forward. Norton trying to burrow in and win the ball back for the Demons, and succeeds in the end in forcing a ball up. But I don't think either coaching staff's going to be particularly thrilled.
I think maybe we need to go down there with a pump and put a bit of air in the footy.
I'm looking for a flag or a tree or something to give me some indication that there's some wind out there, but it doesn't appear to be the case.
No, I think it's a great afternoon for footy.
Certainly seems that way as the Bombers go forward here. Chip forward is in the direction of a one-on-one. Great spoil from behind from Williams. That was clever. Hits the deck though, and the snap around around the body from Donnelly is tumbling towards the goal square, but seen through by Tyler McGuinness.
They look dangerous down there when they get the ball forward, don't they, Drewy? They've got some real attack, and
yeah, they've got some weapons, don't they?
they really do.
This is the Demons. Ship it forward to Samuel Caswell. Leads his team for centre clearance. Is going to be vital today. Well, Samuel Caswell, it's an ugly old tumbling punt that's spoiled out of play in there. Nankervis, a very good negator back there.
I think George McLeod's had plenty of the footy, number 19 for the D's. He's just been a little wasteful with his kicks. He's had a little bit more time, and he's just throwing it on the boot in what almost seems panic or perceived pressure. He can just slow it down a little bit and use the footy a bit better if I'm the coaches of the D's. Ruck contest one down. Caswell got it off to McLeod. Let's see how he goes here. Just throws it on the boot, just a left footy. And that mark is gobbled up nice and easy by Whitney. So Whitney for the Bombers in the back pocket. Goes across the face of goal. This is dangerous stuff. Dangerous stuff. Van Buren just clears the footy. And is that going to be called deliberate? Yes. Well, so Leaf Hobart has it short. Sandrick takes the mark inside forward 50 and will have a shot on goal. Tough angle here. So a comedy of errors resulting in a shot on goal for the Demons.
Not the easiest kick this, but they need Sandrick to go back and kick this. They need a goal, get some reward, or at least punish some of these errors from the defensive half of North Launceston. He's a leader in this team. He needs to steady the ship here.
So in he comes, the Carpenter from North Hobart with the headgear as well. Through he comes. He likes it off the boot. He's happy with it, and it's a beauty. A captain, he's not the captain, but a leader's goal, that's for sure. He kicks his first, and the first for North Hobart, and scores a level.
Yeah, it really sets the tone for this team, Sandrick. Third in the league for hardball gets, seventh for tackles. He just does all that tough grunt work, and that's how you can show leadership. And that as you say, he's not the captain, but you go back, settle it down. Goal umpire did not move. Beautiful kick that. And on a day where people have really been struggling to execute the skills, it really stands out when you can flush one like that. So 10-10. We're all square here at North Hobart at the 20-minute mark, about to hit red time. A good battle developing here, Tubes.
Oh, it certainly is, and we knew it was going to be, given the ins for North Hobart. But I still think that North Launceston are controlling the footy around the ground. Hardy moves into the ruck. Sandrick tries to get a hold of it. Hardy gets a hold of it, though, and his body just wraps the ball up with Jay Foon on his hammer.
So once again, the Rucks will compete in the centre circle. Sandrick came through, spilt off his boot, the handball out behind. Quick hands from Walsh, but that was deflected. Now gathered there by Norton. Handball's back. White chips it forward, presenting up, and it was Menzies. Just put it out in front of himself, but running out of real estate, and we'll have another throw in at half forward. But yeah, I agree. Around the ground, I think the Bombers are well on top. They're just missing a few too many kicks. But I think at the contest, North Hobart would be fairly happy, given that was an area that probably would have been a high priority for them coming in here, given the differing success the two teams have had in that area of the game this year. This one's decisively thumped by Donnelly. Handball back over the top from White. Now a sky-high entry inside 50. Little push there from Menzies. Got away with it, just working his man under the ball. All in dispute. They burrow in there. Handball backwards from Caswell. Eventually a scored over the line for a throw-in with a strong tackle.
That was good from Avent. Just anticipated where the ball was going and just went to tackle. Hard stuff for young Cal Kirkpatrick in the yellow boots. When you've got a man like Avent coming at your hammer. Avent went in and got it. Sandrick wrapped him up in a tackle. And we'll see another ball up on the half-forward flank for North Hobart. Donnelly got it out somehow. It was a throw. And the kick came long. Williams at the back punches and defends it across the line.
So both the Williams boys doing pretty well in their one-on-one contests early in this one, and you'd expect nothing less from them.
No, you're absolutely right. And I think it's a real testament to how... what's his name? Come on, choose. Jai Menzies going, given that Corey Nankervis is lining up on him too. So that's a contest I'll be watching really closely.
Yeah, one of the best shutdown defenders in the league, as I mentioned, did a tremendous job on Dylan Riley, as that one looked a little high over the shoulder paid. It's either that or going to be in the back, so a chance perhaps to spot a kick here. The leads come. None of them are on it. Leary showing some nice dash on his lead. He gained about 15 metres of separation. He's about to get run down from behind if he didn't get rid of that, so eventually just kicks it to a dangerous area in the middle of the defensive 50. That looked a little high. It fell out and a snap-off target came from Jack Event. So again, the opportunities are falling for the Bombers, but they're just not quite taking them.
No, I think you're right, Drewy. The Bombers have looked stronger around the grounds, I reckon. And the kick will come in from Millhouse. No one stands the mark, so he gets to about 25 metres and then just booms it into the centre of North Hobart Oval. Rolling ball out the back. Quick kick away by the Bombers. Who's underneath this? It's a 2-on-1. The one does okay, but the Bombers keep their feet. Leary gets it off. Out towards a man in the pocket. Ran over the footy there, did Potter. And then he's caught one high, so Andy Potter is going to have a shot on goal. As you said, it's into junk time now. And Andy Potter on debut will go back and have a shot on goal from a similar spot to where Cox Goodyear was. Was it Cox Goodyear?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't at all. It was Rushton. So Potter, he'll start from the O of the 50 and kick from about 35 metres out. Just a little wayward there, but it's going to look okay. No, it's slid across the goals, and he's got a behind.
It's always the way, isn't it? When you start to allow for the fade just turns into a hook. like my golf game, that is, Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about golf.
It's 1 goal 6. It's fair to say they've left a few out there in this first quarter of the Bombers. They've been much better than a 1 goal term. Unable to complete the mark there was Griffiths, working a kick forward and in the direction there of young Langulance. Eventually, I think we're going to have a ball up. Tackle laid by Langulance.
Jack Rushton's spoil there on Langulant was desperate stuff. Brilliant to see.
Yeah, I think you can praise both teams out of possession. It's probably in possession where the problems are happening so far this afternoon. That's surely a high tackle. It will be going to Callum Kilpatrick, who will look to get this moving quickly because the Bombers are just all pushed up the field. There's some room out behind here. There's flying in from the side was Lifefiber, and then it fell for Caswell. Oh, didn't trust his left. Eventually he's forced to go on it. Turns it and screws an ugly one back. Picked up by Lifefiber. His snap was a shocker straight into the forward pocket. It might be an all right result if it can stay in, but it's got a bit too much. It's out on the full, and the relieving free kick will go the way of the Bombers.
So the Bombers to bring the ball back in from the back pocket. Nice long kick up to the half-back line. Big fly. Couldn't quite. Out it comes from Williams. Menzie got it off. Just over the footy there was Williams. Quick kick forward there by, I think it might have been McCulloch. Bouncing ball, Dom White. Off to Williams. Williams left it behind. Lifehiber. Back to Dom White. White with an interesting kick inside forward 50. Hardy underneath the footy. Running through was Norton. Hardy's going to get a free kick here for a hold. So it'll be Nathan Hardy to have another set shot and put the D's in front nonetheless.
Big opportunity.
Huge for the leader, who a couple of weeks ago was playing in the D League. Forced his way back into the senior side. So great to see Hardy back in this senior side. Taking his full 30 seconds too, just to get himself right as he comes in. Hardy likes it off the boot. He's happy with it, and they've got another one, the D's, and they're in front.
I always love to see the big fella give it to the man who's just given away the free kick after he slams it through the middle, and he did just that. Plenty of feeling out there, and the Demons take the lead here at North Hobart. They skipped away by a couple of points there, and North Launceston will probably feel on balance of play. They should well be ahead in this one, but you've got to take your chances, and the Demons move to 2-4-16.
Well, I feel like he owed them one, Nathan Hardy. He had a shot from a similar sort of spot, a little bit tougher angle, and then sprayed the kick, but that was a better shot, directly in front. Great stuff.
So the big man puts the home side ahead as White picks this one up, and free advantage initially paid, but it's going to be brought back here before Caswell can take it, which is probably right, as everyone did completely stop, which kind of created the advantage. That's always a pet peeve of mine, that one, is this one's just launched long. A searching kick inside 50. The spoil came. It fell. It's Jai Menzies around the corner, snapping towards the teeth of goal, and it bounced the wrong way. It took the off break instead of the leg break and threw for a behind.
Well, if Don White was down on the goal line there, that was the one he was supposed to grab, as opposed to the previous one that he just walked across the line. Great stuff from Menzies there. It bounced off Gus Norton's chest and landed back in the arm of John Menzies. Out they bring the ball, the Bombers, going long, and there it is, the quarter-time siren. North Hobart 2-5-17 lead North Launceston 1-6-12. The goal kickers for North Hobart, Jack Sandrick and Nathan Hardy, and the solitary goal kicker for North Launceston was Brandon Leary with the first goal of the game. But wasteful footy there in patches, Drew.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both teams have got less goals than they should, really. They've been a little bit scrappy. I think North Launceston, will be confident they can get on top and turn things around here a little bit, purely because they've just been their own worst enemies with their foot skills in the defensive half. Really, that's probably led to more Demons chances than North Hobart have created with their own play, if you will. So if they can tighten that up, they should be able to get back in control. But a lot of those mistakes are coming because of the relentless kind of off-the-ball pressure the Demons are applying. We touched on a similar effort against Launceston a few weeks back and how it was great for a half and then it fell away.
Yep.
They've got to sustain this for 4 full quarters. If they do, they're every chance.
Yep, I completely agree with you. All right, Tubes Taylor and Andrew Cooling taking a quick break here at quarter time, repeating in the round 9 TSL match between North Hobart and Launceston. North Hobart 2-5-17 lead North Launceston 1-6-12. We'll be right back in just a few moments. Second quarter about to get underway here at North Hobart Oval in this round 9 TSL clash between North Hobart Demons and the North Launceston Bombers. Tubes Taylor and Drew Cooling with you, calling live from the ground. I was thinking about this last night when I was writing the team sheets down. North Hobart versus North Launceston. North versus North. But it's the south. It's the south-north versus the north-north.
Yeah,
anyway.
the north of the south.
Yeah.
And it's not really the north of the north, is it?
Umpires slipped over here. The handball came out from Coburn. Kilpatrick gets it and swings around onto the left boot. Leaf Hobart works to the front of the pack. Should get a free kick here and does. It's too far out to score, so he looks down towards Hardy. Hardy will hit the contest hard. Well done. The big man brings it down to the front of the pack, and then his kick should have been a handball and finds his opposition player in Bourne out to the big red shed in Cox Goodyear. I only know that he's called the big red shed because that's what Jay Foon called him on an interview during the week. Out towards Nankervis. Nankervis looks up the right side wing, finds Cox Goodyear. We need the binoculars here, Drilly. It's Cox Goodyear from the back pocket. Looks long. His kick. It's a good one. Kilpatrick, wasn't Kilpatrick, it was McGuinness. Frothy's McGuinness there. Got a hold off the footy, umpire missed it, and the ball's gone out of bounds for a boundary throw.
Done a really good job structuring off the ball here, the Demons. That's why there was kind of that hesitancy from Cox Goodyear. He didn't really have a good option to go to, and in the end was forced to just whack it down the line. They're doing pretty well in that regard early as Lee wins this one down over the back. Clever handball into space, and they're off to the races here. Sends it inside 50. The strong intercept mark, though, comes from Bradley Young. That was powerful stuff. And they will bounce off 50. That was a poor kick, though. Really made it hard for Corbin. In the end, they might do well to force a stoppage. Leaf Fibre surely in the back. Just a little sloppy there from Leaf Fibre. And the free kick going the way of Nathan Pearce on centre wing. He turns inside and he'll swing it into the forward pocket. The big men will fly once more. The spoil comes from behind. Williams won't quite grab that one in time and out for a throw in.
I know we don't have replays here, but I want you next time to watch Pearce, the way he kicks. It's like his foot goes back about 3 to 4 feet, and then he kicks it real hard, like a little chip 9-iron.
Little grind iron style.
Yeah, real strong kick. Ruck contest, Lee just grabbed it out of the ruck, if you like, and then moved the ball forward, trying to work to the front of the pack. That might be Bennett down there, and a nice tackle laid by Brad Young. And we'll get the ball up, and really desperate stuff from Brad Young. Ruck contest one again. Here's Cox Goodyear, smart, out towards Bennett. Cox Goodyear just threw it on the boot, and it went through for a behind.
Real strength to somehow get the kick out of that back. Once again offline. 1 goal, 7 now. North Launceston as they'll quickly look to take this one. It's a nice little kick too. And found Jack Sandrick at half-back. He's kicked one of the 3 goals here this afternoon. Down the defensive 50, just chips one short, not 15, says the umpire, so they're forced to go long. Williams does just that. In dispute on the wing, a tackle applied by Walker. Slap forward by Donnelly. Another strong tackle laid there. There's plenty of heat in the kitchen here at North Hobart. The Demons 2-5-17, leading Launceston by 4 points. And getting clean possession's tough. And we're just going to have a stoppage here because unfortunately it looks like tackle's just left. I think it might be Finlay Pope a little worse for wear. He's getting up hobbling, clutching at a knee, I think, there. So fingers crossed that's just a stinger and he'll be able to continue, but he'll have to go off for the time being. There's Lee, once again duels with McCulloch. McCulloch did really well, then followed up, but Lee gets to the third there, and eventually the handball was a good one to Avon. They send it wide and build with the short chipping game once more. It's Jay Foon. What a season he is having, leading the league for disposals per game. He chips this one short. And in the end finds Donnelly. Building slowly here. Patience being shown. Can they spot up a target inside forward 50? There's Not a lot of room back there to operate, so he just blasts it long instead, and that was always favouring Williams. It's a hold that's been called. Advantage paid. Cox Goodyear takes it and puts it through, and a goal there for North Launceston. They reclaim the leads. It's been a few times the defenders have been caught holding here for North Hobart.
Yeah, a little unnecessary hold, I think. Hugh Williams had that well and truly in control, and the defender, I'm not sure who it was in front, just held on a little too long. It might have been Jack Rushton, whose free kick it was, and Cox Goodyear just read it off the play and goal.
Yeah, you're right, it was unnecessary. That ball going inside 50 had Hugh Williams' name all over it. It was like he was spotting him up. He was just there ready to take it, so you just didn't need to commit that hold.
Back in the middle, Lee wins it down again. Foon with a handball over the top, looking for Cox Goodyear. His handball goes further afield, finding Walsh. Walsh with a little chip. It's to no one in particular. Going back with the flight was Ryan. So the Devils listed player takes the mark in the back pocket for the North Hobart Demons. He looks up, sends it long towards the George Miller stand. Williams takes the mark. No, spoil came from Crossens from behind, and the ball's gone out of bounds. We'll see a boundary throw-in. A bit thirsty here as I look across to the North Launceston coaches box. They've got chips and gravy in there, a little Nippy's nice honeycomb.
What a delight.
Life is good in the North Lonnie box. Boundary throw-in again.
Shades of Chris Scott eating the sandwich about them at the moment.
Or the G-train smashing down a pie at Etihad Stadium. Here comes Kilpatrick, runs around onto his left boot, drives the ball long, looking for the Leaf Hyber. Big spoil from Crossens came at the back. Hardy took the ball across the line. We'll see another boundary throw-in.
So 19 leading 17 here. A low-scoring arm wrestle at North Hobart in round 9 TSL action. It's second v bottom, but it's not looking like that out there at the moment. The Demons well up for the fight here against a red-hot North Launceston who knocked off the previously undefeated Launceston last week. Cox Goodyear got hands to that but couldn't take it away. Spilling a kick forward was Connor Smith. And they'll gain a few more metres before another throw-in. Just getting the ball forward by any means necessary there.
I'll tell you what, Alex Lee is a real treat to watch. He's been excellent today.
Yeah, he's having some sort of season, the big man, leading so many categories. And as I said, 104 more hit-outs than anyone else. That is pure domination. But it'll be the Bombers again taking it away from the contest and hitting this with speed. There's open field in front of them here. This is building very nicely indeed. But again, just let down by a pretty poor kick inside 50. The pressure being applied here on Keegan Ryan. And an over-the-shoulder free kick will get him out of jail. And the free kick will just relieve that pressure. But again, North Launceston's foot skills, slinging down inside 50. Quite hitting the target up. Long ball to half back. Presenting up at that one was Hardy, who's been very strong out there today. He's a big unit, presenting well at the football. He works this one to centre wing, set a task, but it was a pretty good one in the end. Caswell took it and then turned with some real speed and dash, and he sends it to half forward. Good kick too. This is the best passage of play for the afternoon. Can they cap it off? It's a dangerous looking kick. Will it spill out for White? Not quite. There was Langelant. Wouldn't quite fall. And in the end, it's going to be North Launceston who take it away. They're under pressure there. And it comes to nothing, but it's about as well as either side has moved the football all afternoon, that passage.
Well, it looked good, but the kick inside forward 50 just had a little bit too much on it, and the defenders from North Lonnie were able to wrap it up very, very easily in the end. So a boundary thrown here at centre wing. North Hobart Oval, it's a 2-point margin in favour of the Bombers. Boundary throwing came. Lee worked it down nicely into the path of Walsh. They couldn't quite get a hold of it. Pearce underran the ball. Now a tackle on a player without the footy. That was Matheson. Umpire missed the free kick. The jumper was pulled. Big tackle laid here, and the umpire rightfully will ball it up. Right. Just forward of the centre for North Hobart. Ruck contest again. Kilpatrick caught one high. Umpire missed it. Sandrick haven't called his name too much. The handball came backwards to Matheson. Now to Hardy. Hardy just pops it on the boot. Looking down towards Menzie. Working under the footy. Nice fist came from the defenders. Big punch forward. Here's a chance for Menzie if it sits for him. He can pick it up. He just throws it on the boot. And a little bender does okay. And Menzie's got one. And a response from North Hobart. The coaches are happy in the box next to us. At least they are on the right side. The left-hand side, not so much. But that was sharp work from Jai Menzie. Interesting kick in the end, Drewy. but it just gets the Demons in front.
Yeah, creative finish there from Jai Menzies. He's so exciting when the ball hits the deck inside forward 50, isn't he? He's electric, Jai Menzies, and he's the one who you don't really necessarily want maybe kind of taking contested marks. You want the big forwards bringing it down to ground level to bring him into play, because he's just about better than anyone at below his knees. And we saw there the dash, he got separation and through traffic, a really clever finish. That was great stuff from Menzies.
He comes off to have a spell too, straight on the blower to the coaches. So not sure why that is, but anyway, out the ball comes now. They're going to move the ball forward through Avent. Williams should have gobbled that one up. Just heard the pressure coming from Potter. Now Matheson with a handball to Sandrick. Sandrick with time, not a lot though, but pushed in the back here. Umpire missed it, and we'll see a ball up.
So still the Demons holding sway. 4 points to the lead. Multiple lead exchanges already in this one. As this one's taken out the back. The sweeping handball inside was turned over though. The Demons get the ball. That's a risky kick. An ugly one went straight backwards. Griffiths, can he make them pay? He sends it inside 50 and the strong mark is taken. And once again, a chance coming just from a really ill-advised kick inside 50, and Zachary Burt was always favoured there.
Yeah, that's on a plate for Zach Burt, that kick too. It was well weighted. A nice easy mark, a little contested grab in front of Brad Young.
One of the best marks inside 50 in the competition is this man. Very reliable Zach Burt. How's the kick? It's straight through the middle. He nails that one. And North Launceston reclaim the lead. 3-7-25, leading North Hobart 3-5-23. A seesawing contest early here at North Hobart. May that continue.
Yeah, I mean, it's not been the most beautiful footy to watch, but it's been an enthralling contest. And the young Devils are certainly taking it up to this North Lonnie side. Let's not forget, there's a lot of very mature bodies out there for the North Launceston side, and there might be 6 players over 23 out there for North Hobart, maybe. I don't know, I haven't looked at the stats. I probably should have looked at that before making such a comment, but not my style. Back in the middle. McCulloch up against Lee. Lee wins it down again. Avent, he's been pretty good. Gets wrapped up in a tackle pretty quickly, and umpire Chris Kay will throw it up. Great to see him out there umpiring too at such a young age. He's a great little umpire too. Now it's one down again. Sandrick needs to get a hold of this one. Run over the footy there to Walsh. He had time to go back and get it. Now Cox Goodyear out to Avent. Avent goes forward again. This one's floating back. Should be punched away by Ryan. And he's happy to walk it across the line.
I love that. That is so smart. So many players take the mark there and suddenly they're hemmed in a metre out. Now, because he gave the behind, he can run 20 metres clear and kick it. That's really good game
smart
sense.
Footy, you reckon?
Yeah, that's great game sense.
Well, that's not smart footy because he's turned it over straight away to Cox Goodyear, who throws it on the boot with the left. Big roost, big fly at the pack and punched away for another behind.
He gave it an almighty hit there, another metre, and that was a goal. Some good scrambling defence. Cox Goodyear just starting to impose himself on the contest here the last 10 minutes, I reckon. A few of these look-away handballs he's producing have been absolutely sublime. But he's just starting to get on top around the ground, Cox Goodyear. They're going to have to put the clamps on him, the Demons, as that one spills out the back, trying to get the kick free. But again, it's just going to come right back into the defensive 50. Well, it should be taken, and it is down there. My poke. Oh, that's a little bit dicey. Really put McLeod under some pressure. Did well to turn back onto the right and get the kick away, but the numbers always favouring the Bombers here. Ryan Whitney with it, and he's got a few free men in front of him, but just hesitated a little to take the kick. Hardy asking the question as to how he hadn't moved off his line. Now he's sent it inside 50. The pack forms. The handball came out the back, and it's a chance for Griffiths with the umpire spotted a throat. And it'll be North Hobart's free kick going at the way of McCulloch.
Wasn't a bad kick from Whitney Spears there. I should say Ryan Whitney. I've given him an extra nickname in Whitney Spears, but his kick was dangerous anyway. That one's rubbish. Williams left to mop up the scrappy footy from his juniors. Bouncing ball inside the centre circle. Out it comes here for that man in Bourne. McCulloch looks like a ruckman. And the umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up, boys. Yeah, I just like that kick inside forward 50 from Whitney that just went nice and high, gave his forwards a chance to leap at the footy. Gee, that's good stuff from Lee. Out towards Cox Goodyear. Handballed off to Pearce. Pearce's kick inside forward 50. She'll be chopped off here by the D's. Interesting kick. It's going to be chopped off here by the Bombers, and Whitney's going to have another chance. Here's the short one. Finds Foon. Not 15. Gee, that went about 25 metres there up. And Foon, smart stuff. Punched away there by the defender from the D's. It's wrapped up there by Finley Poke, and the umpire will ball it up.
Lee, Cox, Goodyear, Foon. We're starting to call those names a little bit more, aren't we?
Avent stepped up too. He's been very good all game.
So a big contest inside 50 here. Cox, Goodyear dropped it. Dropped it cold. Great tackle. The free kick going the way of North Hobart. Some last-ditch desperate defending is just keeping them within touch here at the moment. Only 4 points down. You feel the Bombers are really turning the screws here in the second quarter. Important 10 or 15 minutes this till we get to half-time. They need to hang in there, North Hobart, as they'll walk this one around the opposite side. And cheating remarkably well to make that work for him was Millhouse there, taking a strong contested mark, and he'll send it to centre wing. Spoil came from behind. Some handball there. Didn't quite get the distance he was after. Now a tumbling kick inside 50 and a one-on-one. They all hit the deck. Umpire says play on. And it looked like we're destined for another stoppage. We're trying to let it come out, but I don't think it's getting out of there. And we'll have a ball up.
Good stuff from you, Drewy. Calling some pretty scrappy footy out here at the moment, but it's opened up a little bit in comparison to the first quarter. Lee and McCulloch go at it. McCulloch followed up his own work, got his kick towards Caswell. Leaf Hobart got tackled hard, and the umpire will ball it up. Justin Ford in front of the George Miller stand. Lee and McCulloch go again. Lee hit it down towards Cox Goodyear. Poke is riding him pretty hard. Leaf Hobart, umpire's giving a free kick to Cox Goodyear. So he'll have a kick right in front of the George Miller stand. A little hold there from Finley Poke. He's played on there. Umpire's just called him to go, and then he just sold some nice candy. He's been operating out of Gourlay's in the quadrant more for some time, has Bradley Cox Goodyear. Now it comes the back here for the D's. They smack it out through Ryan. Then Dom White with a short one. Finds a teammate Matheson. Matheson short one on to Kilpatrick. Well, if that went 10 metres, I'm not here. Kilpatrick goes across the face of goal. Dangerous to Norton. Norton's kick got punched away here. Chop of the arms. Free kick going to Norton. So Angus Norton with the ball at just half back here. A few leads. He's sort of half leads at the moment. And 50 metres for an off the ball indiscretion. We missed that, but it was deep inside the forward 50 for the D's. So Angus Norton will have a kick. Looks up. Goes down towards Hardy. Chopping it off nicely, though, is the man from, I'm going to assume, Georgetown, Nankervis.
He read that superbly. Just ran into the space and took it to perfection. Caswell trying to get a finger on it. Probably a good thing he didn't, because it found his teammate anyway. Turning wide there was Kilpatrick, and he bends one back inside 50. Will it stay in? It does. So good result in the end off hands, and a chance for a forward 50 stoppage, and a chance for some time inside forward 50 here for the Demons, which they haven't really had a lot of this quarter. They've been firmly on the back foot. They've done a pretty good job taking their chances when they've been presented. Can they get a little sucker punch here? They've been absorbing mountains of pressure over the last 10 minutes. Can they get a goal here at the other end on their foray forward? They won't, because clearing the ball on the Bombers, and they'll look to take it off half back, but it was just left behind there, a little untidy from Leary. It might invite some danger back the other way as Ryan sends them inside 50, but a nice intercept marked is taken back there, and they're holding up at the moment on the defence. The short little kick finds Matthew Cossins. He looks up.
That was a great mark to Theo Ives going back with the flight there, Drewy.
Great intercept, wasn't it?
Yep.
A couple of good intercepts have killed the last attacks, and that's a horrible kick that's going to invite some more pressure. Is that a high tackle? None forthcoming on Cox Goodyear, and another stoppage. There have been a lot of stoppages. Maybe that's why Lee's had so many hit-outs. His team have so many stoppages.
Cox Goodyear trying to take Finley Poke for a ride on North Hobart over there. I like this contest between Big McCulloch and Lee. It's been enthralling to watch. As is the contest here, I mean, it's a 4-point margin in favour of North Launceston. 19 minutes gone in the second term. North Lonnie 3-9-27. Lead North Hobart 3-5-23. Could be dangerous here as Foon gets the ball off to Cox Goodyear. Running back with the ball. Big fly from the North Hobart Demons. Out the back for Donnelly. Donnelly gets it on the boot and misses. Another miss for Tom Donnelly. He's kicked 3 behinds.
3 goals 10 now, North Launceston. They've been pretty rubbish with their snaps around the corner. They've just not been able to direct them on target. And as a result, it remains at 5 points. Williams by hand as they look to run and carry off half-back here to the Demons. Now opting to kick it forward is Bailey Walker. He sends them inside 50. It might fall for the big man Hardy. He picks it up. His handball couldn't quite find Norton though. And now the Bombers will escape. Big contest here, and they've carried through it nicely, but running into trouble and then shirking it was Kerr. Too big, too strong for the tackle. He sends them inside 50 and the mark is taken down there by Jack Event. He plays on quickly, sends it inside and finds Brandon Leary. Some good composure.
Well, Jacob Kerr's on debut, right? That's his first senior game for North Lonnie, and he's burst through Jack Sandrick here at centre wing. That's the sort of stuff that fires up a coach. That's the sort of stuff that fires up your footy side. Brilliant stuff from Jacob Kerr.
Just a tackle that needed to stick, it wouldn't, and now presents a great chance for the Bombers to get some reward for their time inside forward 50. He makes no mistake. Brandon Leary sends it through the middle, extends the lead to 11 points. And North Launceston with their 4th of the afternoon. It had been coming on the balance of play, and a crucial period of red time coming up now, Chiefs.
You can just see the way that North Hobart in that last 5 minutes were really pressing, really pressing. But their defenders just held firm. But let's not understate the strength of that contest from Jacob Kerr on debut. I'm sure he's played plenty of footy up there at North Lonnie in the D-League, but this is his first senior game. To do that against a powerful man such as Jack Sandrick, well, good luck to him. He'll be playing next week based on that effort.
Just ran straight over him, didn't he?
He really did. So we've got a ruck contest again here in the middle of North Hobart Oval. 21 and a half minutes gone. Hardy, Donnelly, out the back here. Donnelly's doing well against Hardy as the 2 big rucks have a little spell on the bench. And we'll see another ball up. So a little replay happening here at North Hobart Oval. Hardy takes it out of the ruck, and then we'll see it again. So contest after contest here at North Hobart. It is round 9 TSL. Hardy will give a free kick away. No, he'll get the free kick 4. So Donnelly probably a little unlucky there if we look at the stretch of the jumper. He's not happy about it. Yeah, so Hardy will take the kick.
Umpire just saw the arm over the shoulder, I think, and missed that part.
Yep, short one to Caswell. Caswell looks up. Nothing really moving down there. McCulloch's long and deep. He decides against that and goes towards Kilpatrick, who takes it in between his legs. No, umpire says no mark. Bump ball. We'll see a ball up.
Just asking the question there was Kilpatrick, but a tough one for the umpire to see. I think you go with Occam's razor there, probably more likely between the legs. It did touch the ground at some point. As snapping that one forward was McCulloch. Not sure that went 15, but it's been paid on this occasion. And because of the tackle, no, it's not going to be 50. Thought Kilpatrick might have given one away there, but the Bombers will take it. And the kick finds Stingle. He turns onto his left and then chips a little short one to Cousins. Cousins like-minded, but it was a poor kick and the Demons forced the turnover. Oh, just couldn't quite gather at Smith. He wasn't done many favours by the handball. That was a huge opportunity there, and again, just a little bit sloppy.
I feel like what they needed to do then, Drewy, was actually throw it on the boot. They set up really well behind the ball, but the ball just turned over, and North Launceston were caught in a bit of no man's land. But the handball was a little unnecessary. Anyway, Matheson got his handball away. That was good work by Avent. Out to Pearce. Pearce's handball had real heat on it, but took it in his arms nicely, did Bales. And bouncing ball, we'll see this one out of bounds. If we just look up now, everyone in North Launceston colours has matched up pretty well behind the footy here.
Looks like McCulloch's just trying to draw Kerr back a little bit deeper. The umpire again has spotted something off the ball. Plenty of little spot fires out there.
I was actually watching that because this man who's got the footy, Coburn, was just into Pearce a little bit, and then Pearce went back and retaliated. Menzie couldn't quite take the mark. Needs to get his handball off to Hardy. Hardy's ran into 3 Ds, and now off the ball. Nankervis has given Menzie a little bit, and we've got a little bit of a brawl happening here. Umpires in there nicely, and 52. So 50-metre penalty. So Menzie will get the free kick for a late hit, and then 50 as well. 50
for the armbar when he was on the ground, just digging that one into the throat region. That was a little bit nasty, and John Menzie, hopefully he seems all right, and just ill-disciplined that from North Launceston. So a big chance for Menzie to kick his second and cut the margin back to 5 points there. He's kicked 1 goal this quarter already, and this would be a huge goal for his side to cut the gap so close to half-time. Massive kick in the context of the game for Jai Menzie. He comes in. He starts it off online, and that's exactly where he finishes. Jai Menzie with his second of the afternoon. He cuts the margin back to 5. It's 4:10:34. North Launceston leading North Hobart 4-5-29.
Well, that's exactly what they needed, North Hobart. They just needed a steadier, and it come through lack of discipline from North Lonnie. And Nathan Hardy's down there again, getting into Braden Van Buren and then Curvis and co. They're all having a little push and shove. I don't mind it.
Why not? If you can draw another free kick off the ball. It's, as you mentioned moments ago, it's often the retaliator that gets stung, so you can wind them up. The umpire's more likely to see the bloke responding.
It was always me, Drewy, the lippy man, getting the retaliation. Cox Goodyear's having a bit of go at Caswell here. I don't mind that in the centre of the field.
Plenty of feeling in this round 9 TSL clash. It's a physical game. It's a bit chippy out there. There's some ugly spot fires, but it's a great contest developing. Not the prettiest game, but a thoroughly enjoyable one. As this one's chipped in the direction of Ryan Whitney. Whitney looks up.
Whitney Spears, we're calling him.
Whitney Spears we're running with, all right. As he launches this one down the line. And gets spoil from Sandrick. Immediately turns and engages Foon.
We haven't called Sandrick's name much, but I think he's actually doing a great job on Jay Foon.
Foon quieter than his usual standards, hasn't he?
Certainly. But you never write off a champion, that's for sure.
Here's the star as this one's taken forward. Some nice work there from Pearce, who swings into a dangerous area inside the forward 50. Will it fall there for Leary? Not quite. Still in dispute. Trying to get it out was Griffiths. He was wrapped up. It's hard to find any space inside forward 50 in this game. Norton now lays a tackle. McCulloch slung without the footy. Has to be a free kick. And it will be going the way of the Demons ruck.
Smart work from McCulloch just to not take possession of the footy there. Or at least he made it look like he was doing that on purpose. Short one's on here. Finds his man in Ryan. Goes longer to Frothy's McGuinness. Short one to McLeod. So the Devils just chipping in here. Kilpatrick takes the mark. Umpire had to have a double look. Sandrick gets called for not 15, play on. His kick is a long and deep one. Lee's down there though, flying over the back. That was good from Ives. Kick came out from Nankervis and finds Foon. Gee, is Foon going to have a shot from here? He's probably about only 60 out.
It depends how much do we trust the 50 are. Yeah, well, on any other ground, you'd say, true. Just give it back to the ump.
He's had enough of it. Smart stuff from Jay Foon. So half-time here at North Hobart. It is North Hobart 4-5-29, trailing North Lonnie 4-10-34. Goal kickers for North Hobart, 2 to Jai Menzie in that turn. Nathan Hardy and Jack Sandrick with 1. And then North Lonnie, they got 1 for Cox Goodyear, 1 for Zach Burt, and 2 for Brandon Leary. So it's a 5-point margin in favour of the North Launceston Bombers. Gee, they're getting me a beauty here, but how did you see that half a footy, Drewy?
I thought it was a pretty good job by North Hobart to absorb an awful lot of pressure in the first 15 to 20 minutes. I thought that Cox Goodyear was really starting to impose himself around the ball. He was getting on top. They had a period there where they were creating a lot of opportunities, didn't really take them, and some good desperate defending denied them a couple of chances. And then, look, North Hobart kicked a couple of goals from pretty limited opportunities. Jai Menzies got one from a poor free kick, another one just some great skill when it hit the deck. Well, I think they'd be pretty happy to have kept within touch, because it did seem like it was drifting away, but neither side's really been able to hold the ascendancy for that long in the game, and I think that's largely because they haven't been able to keep hold of the football because of their foot skills, but a really physical grind of a game, this one.
Yeah, and it's still entertaining nonetheless. So a 5-point margin in favour of the Bombers. Tubes Taylor and Drew Cooling with you on the live TSL stream of this round 9 clash between North Hobart and North Launceston. We'll be right back in just a few moments. Stick around, we'll be back soon. Third term about to get underway here at North Hobart Oval. It's round 9 TSL action between North Hobart and North Launceston. It's a 5-point margin in favour of the boys from the north. That is the north of the state. Tubes Taylor and Drew Cooling calling the game from North Hobart Live. You are watching the live stream through the TSL's YouTube or Facebook sites. An enthralling contest, low scoring, pretty scrappy footy, Drew, but it's been a great contest. I've enjoyed watching at least the first half. Now, how North Hobart come out and respond in this second half is yet to be seen, but we're about to get underway. Lee and McCulloch going up against each other as they've done all day. Lee wins it down. Avent round the corner from Kilpatrick, just shrugged him away. Kick had a little bit too much on it. Here he is, Burnett. His kick goes, Rushton rather, goes deep in, and that's a good mark going back to the flight. I think that's Keegan Ryan there. It is. His short one's on to Caswell. Caswell's got the half volley, gets it back to Ryan. Oh, the ball's eluded him, and here's a chance now for the Bombers, and bang, Bailey's. Or Bayless or Bales, I'm going to go with Bales, gets the first goal of the third term through poor use again.
Yeah, again, a short kick in the defensive half is where so many of these turnovers have come from. And then just a rather unfortunate bounce, but was invited by just an unforced error, really. Tried to spot up the short kick, couldn't find it, and made to pay the price. A good start to the quarter there for North Launceston. The coach would be delighted with that, but a bit of a gift of a goal, really. And Harry Bayless just says, thank you very much. He obliges, puts it through the middle, and a great start to the quarter for the Bombers. Just
the way that the North Lonnie half forwards, Drew, just kept moving towards the contest there. They could see something happening. Kilpatrick gets it forward again.
So inside 50 they go, looking for the immediate response. Cousins gets the handball over the top, had no real distance on it. Through was Bailey Walker. Was pretty good in the first half, Walker. Put himself right in the cold face pretty frequently. Afraid to get his body in there, and he gets up a little bit proppy from that contest as McCulloch and Lee once again prepare to duke it out. Will the bigger man perhaps be able to wear him down as the afternoon transpires? That's some good strong hands, and turning immediately and going was Donnelly. Really nice stuff to the top of the square. Good defence though. Good strength shown from Hugh Williams too. Oh, slung off the ball there and holding the footy's the call. And a good piece of play. I think it was Keegan Ryan again laying the tackle. Had to be strong on Bennett and was. As this one's a rather aimless kick straight to the biggest man on the park in Lee, who's just parked there. Don't know how you miss him. He turns, he drives them inside 50, and he in turn just gives it right back. Well, that's just encapsulating the way this contest has gone that last 10 seconds.
Great work off the ball there from Ryan.
As this kick is centre half forward, crashing the pack was Big Hardy from behind, but it falls in favour of the Demons. Here's Jay Foon. They want to get him moving here in the second half. Such a dangerous operator, and a little bit subdued by his standards today. As the kick is smothered there, Bourne trying to get it forward, but some good work coming in there, and it was Norton applying the pressure. And pretty good desperate defence a couple of times early in this quarter here from North Hobart. One senses they might be on the back foot a little bit again here in the third though.
Boundary thrown at half forward for North Lonnie. Lee works his way to the front of the pack. Sandrick couldn't quite take the footy. Lee got it up off his toes. Sandrick went after the footy, didn't get a free kick. Kilpatrick, who's come into this game very well, can't quite beat Avent. Avent's tackled, nicely done by Frothies McGuinness. And we'll see another ball in.
Just well to get the hand in there, McGuinness. Block that handball off.
So right on the forward 50 for the Bombers. Lee and McCulloch. It's been a great battle. I think Lee's probably on top a touch, just in the way that he feeds the ball. McCulloch got it down to Avent. Kick came in deep, punched away nicely. No free kick given. And we'll see another boundary throw in. So the Bombers are able to work the ball forward even further.
Much like the first half, a lot of whacking going on off the ball here from both sides. It's a physical contest. There's not a lot of love lost between those two sides, I'm sensing. And really getting physical off the ball pretty frequently. Going on in the goal square behind play so far this quarter. As this one comes down, immediately besieged was Kilpatrick, but he just released the ball. It fell for Whitney, who sends it backwards. The mark paid, and a chance if they can spot up a leading option. That was a poor kick, and that might be 50. That was very late, and Williams comes in to remonstrate afterwards and absolutely cleaned him up in retaliation. Oh, it's boiling over here at North Hobart, Shoops.
Yeah, not happy with the treatment with the North Hobart players, and rightfully so. Playing down behind play is Keegan Ryan. And moving the ball on quickly. Sandrick's going to take the free kick. I think it was a late hit by Zach Bird. It was off to Caswell. Caswell just gets chased down quickly. The kick's a shocker. It lands at the top of the square. Maybe a push in the back. Umpire Chris Kay comes in, controls the ball. And there's been a report, by the looks of things. Zach Bird's going to go in the book for his hit there. Hardy got it on the boot quickly. Rolling ball out of bounds.
Yeah, it was late. It was high.
Yep.
He's going to have a case to answer there.
I think we'll see plenty of that in the days to come.
And Williams immediately went, no, I'm not having that happen to my teammate. And they kicked off. And as I said a minute ago, it'd been boiling over off the ball for a few minutes. The goal square has just been a boxing match, really, throughout this third quarter. As the ball's in play inside forward 50 here for the Demons, but it'll be taken away. It'll come back with interest, though, because he's turned it over straight to Tyler McGuinness. John Menzies was presenting short. That was ignored. He goes further afield instead, but some more off-the-ball happenings, and free kicks have been paid.
Has it been reversed? No. Kilpatrick was just remonstrating with a man on the mark. You can't shepherd him off the mark, so you have to be 5 metres away. So it'll be replayed again.
Well, nice patch of space for a forward to lead into here for the Demons, and the lead not honoured. Caswell went long instead, but it works out all right because the big fella was there. It's Hardy who jukes it, and a pretty regulation shot to pull it back to 5 points here. And he has been physically imposing all afternoon, this man, Nathan Hardy. Proving a real handful for the Bombers' defence. And he has a chance to slam this one through. And this will perhaps light a fire under the Demons if they can get back close on the scoreboard as well. We know they're up for the physical battle. And this will be a big goal for them. One he surely must kick. 15 out directly in front. Hardy comes in and just steers it straight through the middle. He does cut the gap. Back to 5 points. It's 5-10 to 5-5. And game on here at North Hobart Oval, and plenty of feeling out there.
Loads of feeling in it, Drewy. And I've liked the way that Nathan Hardy's just taken that contested grab, claimed it too by putting it above his head. Yep. Maybe convinced the umpire Chris Kay that nobody else had a piece of it. I didn't think it was a mark. I thought it was going to get called to play on. But he's gone back and drilled the goal, the very much needed goal, just to steady the Demons a little bit. 5 points the margin in favour of North Launceston. Umpires just checking for the 666, and we'll ball it up here in the middle of North Hobart Oval. Caswell on Cox Goodyear, doing a bit of body work, just got pushed off the ball though. Cox Goodyear with strength, got off to Foon to Lee. Lee with a big spiral down inside forward 50. Burt came out to meet the footy, left it behind, threw the footy away he did. Keegan Ryan, that is, got his kick deep and long. Langulant trying hard and then through with strength. That was Van Buren. Van Buren's kick's a good one and finds Burt.
Been a little bit subdued today, Van Buren, but that was superb. That's what he offers this team. His rebound off half-back, his ball use, so key to them, and just spotted up a target to absolute perfection there.
Bennett, rather, I should say. So Bennett will go back and have his kick from about 35, 40 metres out. You're right, Van Buren just off that half-back line just steadies the ship, doesn't he? Wise head. In comes Bennett for his first. It's a nice kick off the boot, and he just signals one finger up in the air. And the second goal of North Launceston's term goes to that man, Tom Bennett. They lead by 11.
Well, we know that they're not going to they're going to thrive on the physicality on the spot flyers. North Launceston, they built a dynasty on unsociable football and toughness, as well as a fair degree of skill too. But we know they relish the tough stuff. They're not going to worry about this. North Hobart, I'm sure the coaching staff will love that they're taking it up to them. And North Launceston are giving away a couple of ill-disciplined free kicks. But they're the type of team that's going to thrive on a contest like this, I reckon. And They've got the mature bodies, and we saw North Hobart struggle to stick with Launceston as that contest wore on. Will that be the same case here this afternoon? This is taken immediately out of the centre, but it fell for Bourne, who just chips one out to the wing, out in search of Whitney there. And just running out of room for a throw in on centre wing.
I actually think the umpires missed one there. McCulloch got hit after the ball from Lee. Should have possibly been a downfield free kick, but umpires just missed that one. That's okay. They're bringing that physicality again, though, North Launceston, that we talk about, Drewy. So a boundary thrown at centre wing.
Nice down by Lee.
Yeah, he did well.
And now they'll go inside forward 50 once more. It's a searching kick into a really dangerous area. Spurl came from behind. Williams comes charging through and he'll just chip one, but it's a poor kick. It's going to come right back at them. They've turned it over here and a chance now to drive forward 5. Van Buren didn't quite use it as cleanly that time. Under pressure there was Sandrick. Now White flicks it over the top. That favours the Bombers. Crucial contest to be won here, and it's won by Walsh. Williams came charging through and in the end over the shoulder called by the umpire. A free kick and a chance the Bombers to spot something up here again through Walsh. Plenty of numbers back for the Demons. This would be right on his range, you'd imagine. And he's going back. Is he just going to set it up to the top of the square, or is he going to back himself to wheel around into that extra space afforded by the new rules? He does that. He sends it long. I don't know if it's quite got the journey, though. Off hands now in the goal square. It falls out the back, and Tyler McGuinness with a tumbling kick, but it came up short and found Whitney. Whitney now squares it back. Dangerous ball that. Oh, mark couldn't quite be completed. Now it hits the deck. Gathered again by Bennett. They're desperately holding on here at the moment, the Demons. Tackle laid by Williams was a good one, and they're out of trouble now. Perhaps a chance to launch a counter-attack. Big contest here, and giving a great contest was Hardy. Brought it to ground, but the numbers always favoured the Bombers. They work it forwards once more. Dangerous looking kick in the Foon direction. He's put under pressure, Foon. Forced into the defence, made a good tackle. Sandrick, unaware there was a man right behind him. Now Cox Goodyear trying to impose himself. He picks it up, took the man on, got taken. Is that ball? It's over the shoulder, and it probably was. The tackle just wasn't quite low enough, and a free kick to a man who's got the journey in him from here.
I think thought they got away with one there for the high tackle. That looked like a high tackle from my perspective. Round he goes, Cox Goodyear. He's kicked another behind.
The distance was never in doubt there as he wheeled round onto the left from 50. Lovely striker of the ball.
He's kicked 1 goal 3.
Yeah, it's been the area that's let them down today. Their goal kicking, that's for sure. 6 goals, 11. They've been fairly gettable shots. That one probably a slightly tough one, to be fair, but they've certainly missed some ones you'd expect them to take today.
Matheson from half-back sends it long. Van Buren's going to gobble that up. Simple as you like. He looks across the field. Man has time to lick his fingers and go for it in Stingle. He's got a short one on. He decides to go longer still. Out the back, here's a chance for Bird. If it stays in, it goes out. And we'll see a ball in deep inside the forward 50 for North Launceston. They're pressing here, and they're looking like they're going to run away with it, if I'm honest.
We're in a similar spot we were second quarter.
Yeah, agreed. They really would love to get a goal here, North Launceston, just to put a little bit of a gap in them. Hardy can't quite. Sandrick gets tackled. Ball up.
The second quarter they absorbed, and then Menzies got that goal when they did go forward. They need a similar thing here. When they are able to get it forward, they're going to need to find a goal, because you're right, North Launceston well on top at the moment.
Hardy got his fist away in towards Caswell. Caswell can't. Whitney came late, dove on the footy, then just got buried in a tackle by Caswell. And umpire Chris Kay says, give it to me, I'll ball it up. So they've moved it out a little bit further, the Demons. The Bombers are looking to get it deeper inside their forward 50. Cox Goodyear's the man to do it. No, he can't. Off to a man in Avent. Avent got tackled over the line for a boundary throwing. How do you get your car over there? That's a great place to sit and watch the footy, isn't it?
Someone's connected.
Someone's got the touch. So a boundary thrown right on forward 50 for the Bombers. Lee against Hardy. Lee got pushed under the footy. Nice body work from Hardy. His kick goes around the corner. Looking for McCulloch. McCulloch worked his man under the ball beautifully. And Theo Ives took the mark. Looks up. He's got Gus Norton, or is it Walker? It's Walker on a lead. Nice fist from behind. Handballed out. Nankervis, his kick, goes down towards Ives. The fist came from McCulloch. And happy to see it across the line is Kylan Coburn. We'll see a ball in.
So, a 4-0 forward here for the Demons. Can they make something happen? The game has largely been played down the other end of the park here in this third quarter. Can they take a chance and cut it back to 6 points? They're going to need to be efficient when they do go forwards. This man's been impressive today, Big Hardy. He again just slaps it on the boot and sends it in a light fibre direction. Sorry, no, not quite able to take it. It was Langelot. In the end, they're going to just dance out, but stepping over. It'll be a throw in instead.
Smart defensive work from Stingle there.
He did it nicely. So, inside forward 50. Trailing by 12 points, but they're in this game, the Demons. If they can find a goal here, it's a handball back. Wasn't the best one from Caswell. Hands to Walsh, who punches one down the line. That's going to stay in, and bump was strong from Hugh Williams. And out of play for a throw in. He saw the chance to lay the physical contact there, and he did not miss.
Well, Andy Walker on debut there did really well. Andy Potter, rather. Walker.
Against a big body. And he was always in a vulnerable spot there. So, once again, Hardy just trying to bulldoze his way through Lee in the ruck. Cox Goodyear going low. Also in there is Sandrick, who wraps him up. Two contested beasts going head-to-head there. There's all on centre wing at a pivotal stage of this game, midway through the third term. It's the visitors leading by 2 goals, but they've threatened to break the game open here. If they could get the next one, might just break the Demons a little. Big few minutes coming up in the context of the match. Remains a real arm wrestle as ever. As Lee will again compete with Hardy. Decisively one down. That's superb ruck work, and they're off here are the Bombers. Streaming inside 50s. Cox Goodyear sets sail for home, and he's missed again. It was lovely play. The ruck work's superb, but once more, Cox Goodyear, he's been outstanding in every facet but his goal kicking today.
He's been very, very good, and his bodywork off the ball there in that ruck contest was as good as I've seen. Then Curvis through his fingers. Hardy has it now, pops it on the boot. Don White's going to run onto this one. Nice defensive work down there by Ives. Van Buren does well and gets the ball back towards his teammate. It's Stingle there, who's smart, just slows things down out to Cox Goodyear. Cox Goodyear's got Caswell on his hammer, so he just pops it up. He's got a man down there in Griffiths. Griffiths takes the mark easily at centre wing. Looks up again. Nice kick, just a little, not enough on it there for his teammate in Potter. Handballed over the top. Leaf Hobart towards Walker. Walker's got a few players on his inside. Nice little scoop up there by Coburn. He's seen over the line for another boundary throw-in.
Really good defensive contest won by Theo Ives there moments ago in a 2-on-1. It was looking promising there for the Demons, but Ives killed the contest and did it well.
So ball in at centre wing on the George Miller stand, side of North Hobart Oval. Ball is up. Yep, you go.
Lee one down, but McCulloch dealt with after he got rid of it. Anyway, play continues. Life Fibre was there. White just going to run out of room. Stays in somehow. Well, the kick off the ground I think was unexpected. But the umpire spotted a free kick. It's going to go to Life Fibre. It'll have to be brought back. A few players keen for advantage, but the free kick will eventually come, and it's going to be Dominic White. In fact, no, it will be Life Fibre. Just fetching it for him now. On the most extreme of angles here, it would take something pretty extraordinary, so might just square this one. Wants to play on and punch one in the Hardy direction. Couldn't quite bring it down, but off hands. It fell to Angus Norton, who snaps home. And they're just keeping touch, the Demons. They're back within 7 points. And Norton with the goal.
Again, that was built on Hardy. Yeah. Hardy's contest drew 3 defenders. He went up, he tapped the ball back. Gus Norton sitting in the right spot, right time, but just didn't have anyone on him because they were all drawn into that contest as the big body of Hardy tends to do. He just drags players into the contest, and they stay in touch, the Demons. 6-5-41. The Demons trail North Launceston 6-12-48.
Just doing enough to keep in touch, aren't they? You still feel North Launceston are fairly in control, but they're just hanging about, and you never want to let a team do that to you, especially on the road. So out of the middle, here come the Demons once more. If they got a little spring in their step after that goal. It's Van Buren who's starting to get a little busy in this third quarter. His kick couldn't quite find the target. That one's taken by Williams, who just slaps it on the boot, sends it the life fibre direction, but he was spoiled by two from behind. Cox Goodyear lays a solid bump. Physicality has been dialed up all afternoon. The Bombers now across half-back, not a lot of options. The handball did Lee no favours, but he made it work. And in the end, the turnover forced back. Trying to get something in there was Jai Menzie. They're going nowhere fast here, though. And we're going to have another stoppage at half-forward. There's been plenty of them this afternoon.
Just a quick shout-out to Xavier Langeland in his second game again. Ran up into Brad Cox Goodyear, got straight back up.
He's pretty hefty bump too. Completely legal, but would have felt it. That's just got rid of it in time. The pressure absolutely outstanding here from the Demons at the moment. Lee Fibre in there. With the ball taken by Foon. He handballs out to Cox Goodyear. Lee Fibre looks to get him, and it's spun him around just about the 360. Got the handball away just in time, but they force the turnover again. The intensity lifting here from the Demons. That was surely 15. Holding on, almost gave away 50. Play allowed to continue across there to Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick on the left, going in the Hardy direction once more. He was just underneath that one a little. Is that kicking in danger? It is! A free kick to Dominic White. He'll be 30 out slide angle, and he can pull the margin back to a point.
Watching the umpires there, one umpire said play on, one umpire said kicking in danger. So that's an interesting take on the contest. Dom White's going to have a kick at goal. We've got a good spot here, Drewy. I'll let you call this one.
Lined up directly behind him, Dominic White. And the last 5 minutes has been about North Hobart's best of the afternoon, I reckon. They're really dialing the pressure up. They're forcing some errors and a huge chance here. They can pull within a single point. We're in red time in the third quarter. Dominic White comes in. It's off target. He might not even trouble the scorers in the end. Off hands for a throw in.
I think that's a better result for North Hobart rather than the point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keeps it down in their forward 50. They look a little dangerous. They look up and about, the North Hobart boys. So boundary throw-in, inside forward 50. Lee works to the front of the pack, nicely done. Caswell can't get a hold of it, neither can Norton. Out the back here, Van Buren gets it off, and Foon will clear the area. Looking long, McCulloch gets a fist away. And Walker happy to see that one across the line. So very well cleared by the North Lonnie boys. And we'll see a boundary throwing in front of the George Miller stand again. Feel like the ball's spent a fair bit of time on that side of the ground, Drew, as per.
Annoyingly so for us on the other side of the ground.
As the boundary throwing comes in, Lee works to the front. McCulloch got his fist on the footy. Caswell just gathered it with the old sticky fingers, Stretch Armstrong style. Crossens takes the mark. He's got a man in the middle. Handball's off to Bourne. Bourne gives it back. Trouble here. Crossens just got wrapped up. Menzie takes the mark. Too far out to score. Unless he hits a real nice bomb. Decides against that and goes in the Hardy direction. Walker couldn't quite take the mark. Nice defending work there by Stingle. And Stingle is smart out to Lee. Lee's got a runner in Pearce. He decides to go longer and further afield. Williams should wrap this one up. Oh, it gets through the middle of his fingertips. Running at the back is Leary. Leary from the pocket. Does it? It doesn't. It's just to the near side. And Leary kicks his first behind of the day. He's got 2 goals to his name, however. He's been playing pretty good footy.
He's electric, Leary. He's got so much pace, and when he hits the deck...
He's that type of player that doesn't need that many scores to hurt you.
Yeah.
Many possessions to hurt you, I reckon.
Yeah. He can have 10 touches and be in some of the best players on the field. That's sort of an impact player, because he just breaks lines with his speed. He puts defenders on edge. You'd be worried playing on him. You can't give him too much room. So the Demons look to work this one down the line. That's not a very good kick, though, and chopped off back there. Intercept mark taken once again, and they'll punch this one down the line. Strong hands from Zachary Burt, who might have inadvertently lit a fire under this North Hobart team with his late hit early in this quarter. He smashes this one forward. It'll be tough for anyone to mark. They fly. It hits the deck. A chance here for Avent. He squares the ball unselfishly. That's a beautiful kick from Avent. Finds his man in the middle. That is exactly what the coaching staff would ask for.
Yeah, and that's unselfish footy right there from Avent. Most blokes would blaze away. I know I would. But that's really smart. Lowered the eyes. Looked inside the corridor. That's footy 101, really.
And just hits a laser to Thomas Donnelly, who now has a pretty regulation set shot. He's 20 out, directly in front, and a chance to extend the lead back out to 14 points here. It's Donnelly. He makes the goal umpire work, and again he misses.
It's 4 behinds for Donnelly.
He's not had a good day in front of the sticks as Donnelly, and he's been pretty handy for them this season. It's 4th in the league for marks inside 50. Well, he's done plenty of that today, but the goal kicking has not been there. Spoil from behind, decisive by Lee, but the umpires again spotted a little hold. This time going the way of Norton.
Walker,
the other helmet.
The other stackette.
It was a 50-50 guess. So Walker, by hands to Williams. He can give it a roost, but he didn't have room to get onto the right, so instead went to Sandrick. Sandrick sends it in. Life over! Couldn't quite bring it down. Fell the handball across there from Kerr. Demons with a chance here. Menzie bending it back. There's life over. And a good kick from Menzie and a great chance here.
That is just intelligent footy there. He could have blazed away again, but he saw Life Harbor running in, and I really, really like this young fella. Was involved in a contest about 20, 30 metres away, ran forward of the footy to create space. That's clever footy from a young man.
Flew at the ball and then straight back. When can I get to the next contest and give an option? It was really good work rate from him, as you mentioned. So, can he do the most important part of the job for him, though? He needs to put this through the sticks and cut the margin to 3 points. It's Life over. He comes in and he misses. Wow, both teams have missed some very gettable opportunities. It remains at 8 points.
Like I said, Drew, just get out there and put a bit of air in that footy.
Well, yeah, I mean, more air into the team, because that's utterly deflating, that sort of thing.
Yep, out it comes now. Walsh is on the end of this footy. Inside forward 50, they're going to go coast to coast. Avent at the 50-metre mark, sends it inside. Nice running charge at the footy from Bennett. Couldn't quite, and the Demons should defend it from here. McGuinness with a long one. Out towards Lifefiber and Co, and this one's out of bounds.
We've ticked past 27 minutes here. 8 points the difference.
I feel like North Hobart need a break. They need to just stop. The siren needs to go here for North Hobart, because North Lonnie, the way they're moving the footy, as we just saw from coast to coast, they look dangerous when they get up and running.
They've certainly had the better opportunities, but they've only managed to kick to an 8-point lead despite of it. Handball back. They might be able to add one here because they're going deep forward once again. Williams ever reliable with the spoil. Ball hits the deck, unable to be gathered. Can someone take clean possession of the football here? They're trying to get through. It was Bayless trying to find some room, and then another strong defensive tackle. One thing about the Demons' back six today, their tackles have stuck. They have really stuck their tackles today.
And both the Williams boys have been fantastic. They're so reliable. So reliable. So a ball up here, inside forward 50 for the Bombers. Scrappy stuff again. We might see another one go up here. 28 minutes just ticked over here at North Hobart. It's North Hobart 6-6-42, trailing North Launceston 6-14-50. 8 points in favour of the Northern Bombers. They clear them momentarily. Don White just hops on the end of this one. No real space here to kick to. He's got Langulant out wide if he wants. He decides against that and goes short, finding a teammate in McLeod. McLeod looks up. Short one's on again to Menzie. That went about 12 metres. Menzie's looking up. No real movement. He's got Life Harbor deep. And he looks in that direction. He goes longer still to Walker. They fly, and there's a hold off the footy, and Walker's going to get a free kick. Well, the umpire was in the perfect position there. Again, that was an unnecessary hold from North Launceston. They had a 3-on-1, and 3 blokes flew at the contest, except one of them stayed down and held the arm of Bailey Walker.
Yeah, they've given away a few today. Obviously, we don't have the stats in front of us, but I'd love to see free kicks given in marking contest defensive 50. They've given them a lot. And now,
wow, right on the three-quarter time siren to put them within 2 points. In comes Bailey Walker. Nice, deliberate approach. She's really keeping me on the edge of my seat here. Gets very close to the man on the mark. It's off the boot and it's sprayed to the near side. So they get away with one, North Launceston. They're still in the lead by 7 points. North Launceston 6-14-50. Lead North Hobart 6-7-43. Goal kickers for North Hobart. Jai Menzies with 2. Nathan Hardy with 2. Gussie Norton with 1. And Jack Sandrick with 1. And for North Lonnie, it's 2 to Brendan Leary and then singles to Bradley Cox Goodyear, Tom Bennett, Zach Burt and Harry Bales. It is a 7-point margin here in the round 9 TSL match between North Hobart and North Launceston. Tubes Taylor and Drew calling the game. Drew, how'd you see that quarter?
much like the previous quarter, I feel like in general play, North Launceston looked the better team, but they're wasting chances and just leaving the door ajar for the Demons. And I reckon 2 really big misses there at the end of the quarter for North Hobart. They could be within under a goal, and instead missing both chances. And I reckon that last one, it's part of the new rules with that you don't want to play on if you go off your line. I reckon he ran in differently. He was so conscious of being dead straight as a bullet that he didn't go through his normal kicking routine on that one. I reckon that's why he missed it. I
think you're probably right, Drew. Right, we'll take a quick break here from North Hobart Oval and be back with the 4th term of this round 9 TSL match between North Hobart and North Launceston. We'll be right back. Fourth term about to get underway here at North Hobart Oval. It is North Hobart trailing North Launceston by 7 points. 6-14-50 North Launceston. North Hobart 6-7-43. Andrew Cooling, take it away.
Underway in the final term here at North Hobart. Can the hosts pull off a late rally, or will it be the Bombers triumphant once more? Menzies moved into the middle. He sends a searching ball to Hardy, and his shirt grab, nothing called. Lee Five, not holding the ball. Umpires have put their whistle away. And there's going to be a ball up inside 50. I reckon they had two pretty good shouts for a free kick there. Nothing doing. Very, very fortunate there. Anyway, Lee up against Hardy. Lee won it down decisively. Clearing kick from Foon. Here's Menzies. He's been dangerous whenever he's gone near it. Quick over the top's a good little one. Oh. And made to earn it, Kilpatrick. Is there going to be 50 for contact afterwards? No, just the mark. And he'll go back. Will Callum Kilpatrick. And kick from just outside 50 to give his side the dream start to this final term. Well,
he's got a tattoo of a chicken on his arm.
A chicken?
Well, it's a chicken or a turbo chook. Anyway.
He'll go back and try and split the middle. It's a difficult kick, but a big one here. He gives it a fair ride, but it's always drifting to the right. Just the minor score. So he cuts the gap to an even goal. 6-8-44 to 6-14-50.
Draw on
it's
the card.
Tight. It's tight. And if it's still 6 points late on, we'll go the draw. It's a little early for that.
Yeah. So the ball comes back to Van Buren. He looks further out, finds Stingle. Takes the mark nice and easy. He's got a short one on here. Pearce. Pearce can look out wider still with Leary. Leary's on. He goes too much on it. And Williams just gobbles it up easily. Williams' kick is a good one into Smith. Handballs off to Sandrick. Sandrick wrapped up in a tackle. Brilliant tackle laid there by Whitney Spears. And I like seeing that sort of stuff. He played on really quickly and Spears just dived on him. Whitney, Foon, off to Stingle. Stingle with a nice long kick inside forward 50. It's two players out here by themselves, and one of them's Leary. And the Lear riser's going to go back from 50 and have a shot on goal.
What a big moment that handball with Sandrick in the middle was. They were about to pump it deep. They had one-on-ones deep. Instead now,
that's just youth right there. Connor Smith handballing off to a senior player running past. And every time a senior player calls it, you give it, because you don't want to cop the chirp if you don't. Anyway, in comes Leary, gives himself a bit of extra space, and that's a nice kick from Leary. He's had 3 kicks and 3 goals won. Don't know how he's done that. 4 goals could have been his, but he's got 3 goals won. And Leary extends the margin out to 12.
What a beautiful drop punt that was. That looks so nice off the boot.
And what a turnover in the middle of the field that can just deflate your whole footy side.
Yep, they'd started brightly, had a couple of promising attacks, probably should have got a free kick in goal scoring range, but they were doing the early attacking. They had a chance to send it deep once more, and yeah, just ill experience there. Poor handball, sold Sandrick into all sorts of trouble, and in the end, it's now a 2-goal difference.
In fairness to Connor Smith, Sandrick called for it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And it was too close to the man on the mark. Like, he can't move, get some separation. Anyway, back to the middle, 2 goals the difference. They need the next one here, the Demons, you'd imagine. Burrowing in is Caswell and Pearce. They need a response to that.
Like Caswell's job on Brad Cox good yet. He's done a good job in this second half.
And Lee just decisively away, and Foon tumbles a kick forward, and there's that man again, but it's going to be brought back.
Wow, that's an interesting free kick.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. They're pretty upset about it here in the North Lonnie box. But anyway, it's going a free kick the way of Matheson. Matheson looks up, heads in the Hardy direction. Hardy works to the front of the pack. Beautiful mark. Strong. He just made space for himself with his left arm, just pushed off his opponent into his neck. I think a little bit there of Theo Ives. And he'll go back and have a shot. And I tell you what, this is a very necessary goal for the North Hobart Demons. If he can get it, it'll fire them right up. Wearing a pair of school shoes too. Not bad from the veteran. So in comes Hardy. He'll kick from right on the 50. Gives himself a little bit of extra space. Throws it on the boot. It's a helicopter punt. Big fly at the back. Couldn't quite take the mark. Out the ball comes. Norton affected the handball. Foon is going to wrap this one up. He's wrapped up by Dom White. And that's a good tackle to hold it inside forward 50 for the D's.
Strong tackle that from Dom White. Really, really made that one stick. Lee just bumping Hardy out of the way, wins it down, but out of play for another throw in. Big moments in the match here. The lead at 2 goals for North Launceston. It's the Demons doing some early attacking here. They need to get a reward for their effort. It's once again going to be Lee dueling with Big Hardy, who's been imposing today. He taps that one down, but free kick spotted. The hold going against Hardy in favour of Big Lee. He'll settle it down. Wanted to give to a teammate running off the ball, but wisely thought not, so instead just blasts it down there. McCulloch was there. The spoil came in from the side, but over the shoulder. Just infringing a little was the impressive young Leary, who's been so sharp in front of goals this afternoon. The Demons go forward once more. That's a good kick. Hardy's found a pocket of space to work into here. Now, can he find a target with this next one? He looks up. He'll just chip one into the pocket. It was a pretty good kick, and that's got to be a push in the back. Oh, it's not. Well, throw in only. That did seem rather in the back. Anyway, another throw in. Another stoppage. And, frustration here for the Demons, but they're knocking at that door. Can they barge on through right now? Here's a man who's been dominant all afternoon. Hardy to the top of the square. It falls out the back, and bearing the chance is Bailey Walker. Well, they deserve that goal, the Demons. And they cut the margin to 6 points.
Well, I can't say it anymore, but Nathan Hardy has really been the spark that's kept this North Hobart footy side in this game of footy. I think North Lonnie are dominating around the ground, but every time he gets near it, something happens.
Yeah.
And that was smart work from Bailey Walker to keep his feet in that contest. There were 3 players from North Lonnie again around the footy. 2 of them went to ground.
Yep.
Bailey Walker kept his feet and kept on the footy. Brilliant stuff by the North Hobart Demons. North Launceston 7-14-56, lead North Hobart 7-8-50 here with 7.5 minutes gone in the 4th term. Back in the middle, ruck contest, up he goes. Lee did really well and then just throws it on the left boot. Big long one. Williams from behind. It wasn't Williams at all. Nicely, here he is right on cue. Williams handballs to himself almost. Bouncing ball out here for the Demons. Smart work again. This kick in towards Millhouse. Takes the mark and handballs off to a running player. Sandrick now with the kick. His kick out towards Langulant, who can't quite get a hold of the footy. He goes back and gets it. Kilpatrick now happy to see it across the line and wait for the cavalry to arrive. We'll see a boundary throw in. Real heat in this contest, Andrew Cooling. Tubes Taylor here with you, calling the game live around TSL action from North Hobart Oval. Ball in. McCulloch, Lee. Lee got his hands on the footy. Caswell through. Handballed off to Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick got it back to Caswell. Caswell kept going and out of bounds.
Just winning the ball at the coalface a little here, the Demons, this quarter. They're starting to get on top there. That's not been the case all afternoon. But it is an intriguing battle here. Still just a goal between these two sides. Grandstand finish potentially coming up. Menzie, they'd love to get him a bit more involved. Every time he's had it, he's made something happen. Instead, it's Donnelly who just smashes this one forward. But there was the ever-present Hugh Williams, who turns immediately and goes. He chips it inside and found Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick keeps it moving quickly. He'll send them deep in the Hardy direction. Couldn't quite find him, but what a clean take from the big man. And he swung it forward, but he didn't quite have the distance on it. Walker with a run-breaking tackle from behind. Oh, they're feeling the pressure right now, the Bombers.
I'll tell you what, Bailey Walker's tackled him from his knees then. That was brilliant again from the young forward. Excellent stuff, Bailey Walker.
They are bringing
How about the pick up there from Nathan Hardy?
The big man can do no wrong. He's been dominant. An enormous performance from Hardy. He'll compete in the ruck again. This time Lee beating him, but it might work out for the Demons anyway. Menzies was in there. Handball backwards. Sandrick crashing in. Tried to go through two. Did so successfully. Cox Goodyear with a strong tackle.
Brilliant stuff from Brad Cox Goodyear. That was excellent, excellent stuff. So a ball up here, just inside forward 50 at a tough angle. Lee wins it down towards Foon, and it's out of bounds. We'll see a boundary throwing. The Peanut Gallery is just getting fired up here at North Hobart Oval, let me tell you. Boundary throwing. So Hardy up against Lee. We've got McCulloch, a kick behind play. If I'm honest, I think he's a little too close to this contest. Lee did well, won it down. Menzies couldn't quite. Norton tackled on Pearce. And a ball up here at the point of the square.
Relentless pressure being applied to North Launceston. Let's not forget the Demons bottom of the table heading to this. North Launceston beating Launceston last week. This would be a huge upset. This has been an almighty effort. Can they complete it, or will this dynasty be able to just get the job done?
Smart from Foon, who couldn't quite get it out. The kick was smothered from Whitney. Well, that might be a high tackle. Gee, tug off the jumper there, Andrew Cooling suggesting, but we'll see a ball up. McCulloch up against Lee. It's been a great contest between these two footballers. Lee's been winning most of the contest, though. That's smart. Foon just throws it on the boot. Which way does it bounce? It's nicely collected there by Burt. Burt's kick inside forward 50, coming out to meet this footy. Brilliant stuff from Bennett. And he'll have a kick at goal. Well, how the game can open up when you've got Jay Foon just running through the packs, cutting the lines. And it was smart stuff by Burt into Bennett. Now a shot on goal.
Kicked 14 goals coming into the game. His team's leading goal kicker. They need one from him here. From Thomas Bennett. Leads the league in contested marks. A big moment in the game, this. And he's offline. Again. 7-15-57. They hold sway by 7 points. This has been an intense battle all the way. And you sense it might go all the way to the wire too. Long into the middle. They all fly. It falls out the back. Kerr was there for the Bombers, but he's besieged immediately, but the tackle just lingered a little long. Free kick to Kerr. Looks up and just looks to see things. Doesn't have a lot of options ahead. So chips one and turns it straight back over. Well, there has been some sloppy ball yesterday. It's been a rather scrappy affair. But the closeness on the scoreboard has just remained enthralling all afternoon.
They've got some space here, North Hobart. Real separation on their opponents. There's no one at home though. So Don might go short to McCulloch. Can't quite take the grab. Out comes Donnelly with a real torpedo punt. Williams reads it well. Goes straight past one. Can't quite. Brilliant tackle. Was a teammate there that just couldn't quite get his handball away. Nicely done. Norton dives on the footy. Brilliant stuff by Kerr. Out the back comes the handball. Williams attacked the footy hard. Umpire says no play on. Handball came out the back. Now a chance for Potter, the debutant. Just throws it on the boot. Bouncing ball over the top. They just need to kill the footy here, North Hobart. Will the umpire call deliberate? Yes, he will. You can't tap it away from Jay Foon that easily. So he'll get his kick. He looks up. Short one's on into Burt, and Burt takes the mark inside forward 50.
Yeah, I think the right decision from the umpire. The rule is you've got to show sufficient intent. He just slapped it straight over the boundary. Can't complain about that one. Oh dear, sloppy defence just allows Walsh some space and a slightly easier shot, but still a very tight angle here up against Mark Walsh. Given the way they've been shooting today, this is the type of kick they'll probably nail, given they've missed the easy chances. But Mark Walsh, a big moment in the match. If he could kick it, it would extend the lead to 13 points, which may well be decisive. He comes in, sets sail for home. It looks pretty good, but just off target. 8 points the gap. 8 straight behinds. 7-16 to 7-8.
Out comes the ball. Gee, that's an absolute rubbish kick. Bailey Walker should be happy to just see this one across the line. Kept it in though. Stingle, it wasn't Stingle at all. It's going to be a free kick to Crossens. Copped a little high there off Nathan Hardy's hip. So Crossens looks up, short one's on, denies it, handballs off to Stingles. Stingles run himself into trouble. No, he's a left footer though, he's confused everyone. Nice kick inside forward 50. Bennett, happy to see it across the line, ball in.
Big moments in the game here, 8 points the margin. They've been magnificent, the North Hobart defence today. They need to stand up once again here. North Launceston looking for the knockout blow. One down by the Demons. Oh, slightly in the back there, but might get away with it was Mathewson. Perhaps a little fortunate. Well, they're probably due a decision or two. So, again, they'll go at it. Hardy up against Lee. Mathewson, right on the bottom of that pack. He was holding onto the shirt a little there.
Jay Foon's jumper was basically ripped off then, and he didn't have the footy. Umpire just on the wrong side.
I don't want to give the call anyway. One down. I think we're going to have yet another stoppage. No, over the shoulder pad this time. Well, they had to call one of them eventually. And a big chance now for North Launceston. Is it Cox Goodyear who's on the bottom of that pack?
Yep.
It is. And a pretty good man to have it.
Joel Selwood, like in his approach to the footy sometimes, he knows how to just duck under that and raise the arm a touch. But that one was certainly high. Brilliant stuff.
So Cox Goodyear with a very makeable shot. And he bends it back, just worked it back, but it's good enough. They kick away to a 14-point lead, North Launceston. And it's going to be very tough now for the Demons. 16.5 tick by in the final term.
Yeah, well, he owed him a couple. He's kicked, previous to that, he kicked 1 goal for. So he's kicked 2 goals now, 2 goals for, and just given his footy side a bit of breathing room with a 14-point margin, 16 minutes gone. If North Hobart are any chance, they need to get this out of the middle and kick a goal real quick.
Yeah, I certainly can't afford to concede another one, you wouldn't have thought. 7 for the day, they need at least 3. Time will start to become an enemy for them soon too. In the middle once more, spinning and slightly taken high, I thought maybe Kilpatrick, but another ball up.
The 222s went at it there, Jack Rushton and Kilpatrick. So a ball up here, just forward to centre for North Lonnie. Caswell looked at the man, not the ball. Pearce got his handball out. Running man there is Cox Goodyear. His kick goes out wide, finds Stingle. It's not Stingle at all. I apologise, it's Crossens, who's a very similar Stingle-looking man. Brilliant gather there by Bennett. His handball out wider still. And the ball comes deep inside forward 50 and a strong mark to Burt. And Burt just goes back and goes bang. He's got 2. And that could be all she wrote for the North Hobart Demons. It's now a 20-point margin in favour of the Bombers.
Yeah, I think the dam wall has finally burst. They've done a great job holding on, but North Lonnie finally starting to put it on the scoreboard here. A 20-point lead. Looks like a pretty decisive break now. They've been made to earn it here by this Demons outfit, but now suddenly a meaningful gap on the scoreboard. And it's going to be very, very tough for them to fight back from here, but they've got to roll the dice now, take risks, really take the game on if there are any chance. They've hung with them, but all day you've just sensed North Launceston have had that just little bit of extra class about them. McCulloch takes it out of the right, then just gets absolutely put to the deck by Lee. I'm not sure how that's not a free kick. Play allowed to continue anyway, and Life Fibre tumbling it towards goal. It takes a cruel bounce for him though, and the numbers favouring the Bombers, but they've made a bit of a mess of this, and it's going to be a chance here as it's chipped back to Kylan Corbin in space, and a chance for an immediate response.
So that was smart work from Angus Norton then. Could have blazed away, looked inboard, had Coburn there just by himself at a better angle. Needs to go back and kick this if they are any chance. These quarters have gone for about 25, 28 minutes each. So Coburn from a slight angle on the right side for a right footer at least. Kick is a rank one. It's out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, I think when you're down by 20 points approaching red time in the final term, you've really got to take every chance you're given. And it's an uneven score there. It's been an area both teams have struggled with today, to be fair. The goal kicking hasn't been of a tremendous standard. Might be a bit of goal kicking practice going on the training track for both these sides this week, I suspect. There's an almighty leap. He couldn't quite bring it down. It was Thomas Bennett rising into the heavens. Couldn't quite bring down the mark. Play continues now as the spin and the handball. Advantage paid by the umpire. They work it forward. They've got the outnumber here. Do the Bombers a goal. Probably coming up. Chips it to the top of the square and taking the mark. They've started. This could end up 5 or 6 goals. They're stepping around the corner and slotting it as Stingle. No, Burt was it?
Yeah.
And that makes it 26 points. In the blink of an eye, they've put a fair gap between them.
Well, they've just kicked 3 goals in 3 minutes, basically. And I don't know what it is. I think it's just their hunger for the contest from North Lonnie. I think it's the bigger bodies. I think their intimidation factors stopped. You know, that North Hobart have tried to intimidate, and that stopped. The stuff off the footy stopped, and just maturity, I think it is, Drewy.
Tiring a little, I think, too. The younger bodies up against the more seasoned veterans. I think we saw against Launceston a bit of a fade out. They've hung in this game a lot longer today, but the cream is rising to the top now as that one sent in by Cox Goodyear. Lurking dangerously, it was Bennett, Williams, handball, and then he's dealt with afterwards. And we'll get the free kick. Even the scoreboard operator just not so enthusiastic. There we go. Now we've got the goal updated. The last couple haven't gone up quite as swiftly as North Hobart's last couple, I tell you. As the Demons. This man's been tremendous today. Williams said talking about the curse of the commentator. He pushes that a little bit. But, gee, I reckon he's had a fantastic game. Right up until that point.
Yeah.
Absolutely mozzed him.
Yeah, you've really put the mockers on him here. But Burt is going to have a shot at his 4th. So he's kicked 2 fourth-term goals. We'll go back from a tough angle. Should be okay, though. For Journey, at least, it'll be a question of accuracy. He'll kick from right on the paint, just inside, and he's sprayed that one out of bounds on the full. Just trying to get that extra Journey, Drewy.
Yeah, just sacrificing accuracy for distances. This one's chipped into the pocket. Kilpatrick, the dash will be shown, but for their endeavour, I don't think there's enough time left on the clock. Life couldn't bring that one down. Pearce takes it away for the Bombers. He turns it over, straight to Poke.
That kick, though, Drewy, sorry to cut you off, that kick to Lifeover has given him no chance.
Agreed.
And not only has it given him no chance, they've kicked it to a position where there's 3 Bombers onto 1 Demon. That's the sort of thing that they need to fix up, I think.
They do. They've got a 2-in-1 inside 50 here, but the one put up a terrific contest. Some nice defensive work from Donnelly coming from behind. The danger hasn't passed, though. Full of running. Is that sufficient intent? Apparently it is. Stingle drawing a few frustrated sounds from the coaching box.
Yeah, I don't think his intent was anything other than the boundary there.
I wouldn't have thought so. There was no player anywhere near us. They've been a little unlucky in this last term in their defensive forward 50 North Hobart. They had a few they probably should have got. But yeah, got away with that one. This man's been magnificent. In Hardy, slams it on the boot. Lifeover was there. Relieving mark taken in defence. So it's going to end up on the scoreboard. You'll look at it and think, oh yeah, fairly comfortable regulation victory for North Launceston. But it really has been anything but, hasn't it? As they... So there's a little bit of trouble working out from here, but Foon will take the mark.
I think he hasn't had one of his best days, but he's been very well worn all day by a number of different players. Caswell's had a go at him. Sandrick's done the majority of the work.
Oh! Big fly! Burt.
Brilliant.
And a couple reaching for the heavens in this last quarter. 2 almost mark of the years, just haven't been able to complete them. Through for a behind. Jeez, he got up there, Burt.
He really did. In the midst of my dross that I was talking. But, as he said, the creams really rise to the top. Alex Lee's been excellent all day. Brad Cox-Goodyear's been magnificent. I think there's a couple of players that we probably underrate as a footy fraternity, and that's Jack Advent. I thought he's been excellent. Zach Bird, I know we talk about him, but Stingle off the half-back line's been great too. but across the board, they've been excellent.
Yeah, Jacobin, his work on the outside is just vital. He's such a hard runner, just always working into space, always giving an option, and he's been a great option for their main ball winners so frequently today. He's had a fine game as they go forward once more here, and they might add yet another one as a strong mark taken out there in front of Williams, and a chance to extend it to 31 points for Bradley Cox-Goodyear, although this has been the area of his game that's let himself down today.
2-4.
2 goals, 4. But he's been pretty dominant for the most part. And a chance for a third. He'll probably end that with kind of mid-20s touches and 3 goals. It's a pretty good afternoon in anyone's books if you can find this one. He might have left that one a little short, just scuffed his kick a little bit. Doesn't get the distance in the end, and the Demons will send it outside, but send it straight back to Cox-Goodyear, who had Cousins in a little bit of space. It just held up, just eating up the seconds. Running time down now, and then squaring it with a beautiful kick. Williams, a decisive spoil, but the snap around the body is just off target from Rushton. And it is 26 points. Now the margin, 25 and change go on. Can't be too long left now.
Wouldn't have thought so, Drew. As the kick goes long, big fly from everyone involved. Out the ball comes towards McCulloch. Kilpatrick's hot on this one. Avent just gets wrapped up in the tackle. McCulloch got his handball out to Norton. Now Caswell, who's been good for the D's all day, goes towards Dom White, and Dom White takes a strong contested grab. He's been okay today, Dom White.
Yeah, he's shown some good signs, hasn't he? He's had some really nice involvements. A couple of times where he's been caught out in possession, but for the most part, very encouraging performance from him.
Must go back and kick this one. Just for his own confidence. I think the result's definitely done. And it's through the middle. So Dom White gets his first and the second of the term for the D's. But it is all she wrote, I imagine, here, unless we see a fury of goals.
It probably needs some kind of all-in melee in the middle and a bunch of free kicks given in the goal square with 4 goals in probably about a minute and a half required.
Yeah, I think so. But going through the list, I think best on ground, and I don't know whether you agree with me here, but I'm going to go through North Launceston's list and say that Alex Lee's probably been the best on ground, followed by Brad Cox-Goodyear very closely. Brendan Leary's provided a spark. Jack Advent and Nathan Pearce are my better players, along with Zach Burt. For North Hobart, the 2 Williams boys, Hugh and Hugh. Sam Caswell's done a good job. Nathan Hardy's done well, as has Jack McCulloch. And I'm going to include Jack Sandrick in there for his job on Jay Foon. I think that probably is the list for me.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think you've nailed the key movers there. The only change I'd make, I'd probably flip Lee and Cox-Goodyear, but I think they've been clearly the 2 best on the ground. And there it is, the siren sounds. Well, they were made to earn it here, the Bombers. A really good display from the team who have been stuck at the bottom here in North Hobart, but not enough to get the chocolates today. They pushed them all the way, but in the final quarter, just the experienced bodies was enough. The big players in the team stood up when they needed. And 20 points at the end of the day, probably a fair result upon reflection, but I reckon North Hobart can take plenty away from that.
Yeah, North Launceston 10-17-77 defeat North Hobart 8-9-57. Goal kickers for North Hobart, Jai Menzies with 2, Nathan Hardy with 2, and then singles to Bailey Walker, Angus Norton, Dom White and Jack Sandrick. For North Launceston, it was 3 each to Brandon Leary and Zach Burt, and 2 to Brad Cox-Goodyear, and singles to Tom Bennett and Harry Bales. Better players, as we say, Brad Cox-Goodyear and Alex Lee. We couldn't split them here in the commentary box. You make your decision at home. Jack Advent, Nathan Pearce and Brandon Leary were my best for North Lonnie. For North Hobart, the 2 Williams boys, Hugh and Hugh, and of course Sam Caswell, Jack McCulloch. Nathan Hardy probably best on for North Hobart, I would think.
Comfortably.
Maybe Jack Sandrick because of the job he did on Jay Foon. Jay Foon didn't have a lot of it, but everything he did was real class. A quality game of footy here in the end. It was pretty scrappy in the first half, Drewy, but in the end I think we saw a great contest.
Yeah, and that's often what you want. I mean, it can be a little ugly. You can have turnovers and scrappy, as long as it's close on the scoreboard. It just adds that tension, and we had that. There was the tension. It was, are North and Launceston going to drop this game that they probably shouldn't? They were flirting with it for much of the afternoon. In the end, they were just good enough to get the job done. And the Demons, well, they fought hard. They're on the right track after a few tougher results this season, but ultimately just outgunned today by one of the two lead contenders for the flag this year in North Launceston, who I'm sure will be happy just to bank another 4 points and head back up the highway.
I agree with you. So that is the end of the round 9 action here from North Hobart Oval for the TSL. North Hobart versus North Launceston. It was a 20-point victory to North Launceston. My name is Tubes Taylor. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Drew Cooling, great to see you again. Until next time, we'll see you at the footy.